Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
And that's raced up the middle. It's going to play Flavor Torres. Matt Vierling delivers the biggest hit of the season for him. And the Tigers now lead it 2-1.
Christian Walker delivers a deep drive to left, and the Astros have their first lead of the day. Off the roof of the Astros bullpen in left field, and it's a 4-3 Houston lead.
Today. Can he add to it? You bet. Royce Lewis, a 2-homer game. So Royce with 2 hits today, 2 home runs.
Somebody pulled one down the first base line.
Gino pulls one down the left field line. That is in the bullpen and bounces in. His second consecutive multi-home run game. Suarez's home run tear continues, and it's 5-1. Swinging a high fly ball into right, again deep, backing up Tucker, turning around, watch it sail, that's gone, he's done it again! Abreu with his second home run in as many at-bats, and the Sox make it 6-1. Number 20 for Abreu.
Got the 20 quick.
So you haven't gotten me for 2 weeks, man. This might be hot take galore.
I know it's been like it's been a minute.
But the good thing is we talk, unfortunately, every day.
I feel like we got a lot of the hot takes out over in the group chat.
Yeah. Although, so the one we didn't get to,
Yeah.
on the heels of them winning the Summer League title.
Yeah.
You're a huge Ben McLaughlin guy.
Oh yeah, I like Benny Mac.
Oh, we said, I mean, go Hornets.
Yeah. Well, and we got Kalkbrenner there now too.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Oh yeah. And so I was dropping Mike off at the high school, and we were just talking about Charlotte. He goes, I don't know any Hornets fans, not one. I was like, I got one.
I know a single Hornet.
I know a single Hornet fan, and he's probably celebrating. Him his kiddos, they were probably running around. His daughter probably had him like held hostage somewhere in the house.
Yeah. He's like popping the sparkling grape juice for the Summer League title.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Welch's.
Listen, you got to take what you can get, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Should I try sitting down?
I don't know. I was thinking about standing up.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. These are the most
AJ, do you
comfortable
like
chairs
my
in the world.
angle? Or do we? I feel like
I think you look great.
I think Cam would probably move that camera, Austin. I don't know. But
Wow.
Cam would have also cussed me out by now. So.
No, that's all right, DB.
Uh,
This is record time. 3 minutes into the show and being critical.
I'm going to take the good with the bad. Cam would have been like,
Like, I didn't get cussed out, but do I want the camera somewhere else? I don't know.
oh no. Yeah, so it was good. Watched a lot of bad TV shows. No, actually, I watched some good TV shows.
What'd you watch?
A lot of Netflix specials.
Okay.
I watched Piece of Her, which is kind of old.
I don't know that one.
Pieces of Her, I think it is. I watched Lou, which was a movie.
I haven't seen Lou.
I'm watching Untamed right now.
Still nothing. I got nothing.
I don't think so guess what I almost started?
What?
And I made it 31 minutes in.
What?
Ted Lasso.
You only made it 31 minutes in?
Bro, it was like 140.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't like, oh, this show sucks. You were like, oh,
Yeah,
it's 2 o'clock.
I'll come
Okay,
back to
okay,
it.
okay,
So
okay.
at least it makes, when I turn on my television, it is on the continue watching.
Okay. So it's put it front of mind.
Yeah.
Top of the queue.
Yeah.
I watched Mobland.
I have a all of it?
All of it.
So it's only 8 episodes, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why.
yeah,
Okay. Yay, nay.
I wanted to like it more than I did.
Big Pierce Bronson guy?
He wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I like Tom Hardy a lot. I like some of the other characters.
Kind of a ridiculous man crush.
No, he's great. I like him in almost everything he's in.
Yeah,
I wanted to like it more than I did, and I got what you meant by like I kind of needed more.
Yeah.
I needed some more backstory. I need a little more info on what was happening.
It was quick.
It was, and I felt it was quick, but I felt like they didn't use the time wisely. Like I felt like they could have given me more than they did.
So it's the whole spoiler alert. So child out of wedlock thing, right? With the
yes,
okay,
yeah, with the daughter,
and that's why old girl is so mean spirited.
Yes, but I need more to know.
Me too.
It's not like just the kid, right? Because it kind of seems like
can't be for his
Yes, for like vile as she
is.
Yeah, like I kind of need.
She's horrible.
Yeah, she's the worst. And I also.
I'm glad you watched that.
Yeah, no, I am too. Because I was like, okay, I've got time. We didn't have a show. Like, let's knock these out. And I was like, okay, Tom Hardy's cool. Got a couple other cool characters. I didn't really like the brother.
Oh no,
either.
No,
either of the brothers. I really didn't like either. Of the brothers.
No, he's a rat.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not really feeling this.
I was out,
which I was bummed. That's like right up my alley. Like I like British shows. I don't know why. I just do.
Me too.
I like mob show. I like the way they talk.
Well, you guys made fun of me. I kept talking about the whole BBC and subtitles, and you guys were looking at me like,
"Oh no,
that's where I got most of all my. I've seen like Department Q and
I like that actor Matthew Good.
Yeah,
I like him a lot.
Luther. Like I found all those shows.
Yeah, on BBC.
Yeah.
So I started using the reason I started watching.
Now, I'm an Idris Elba guy, but
yeah, me too. Yeah. The reason I started watching shows with subtitles is because of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. The interesting thing?
What's that?
I almost can't watch a show without.
I watch them all now with subtitles.
Especially now that I can move it.
Yeah.
And
it's not like in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes score bugs are in the way.
They're a problem. I will turn it off during sports sometimes.
Do you realize score bugs prompted the question I asked the group chat?
No.
You and Shane? Things that were better as a kid?
Oh.
Or things that were better about sports as a kid?
No. I did not realize.
You realized for probably 15 years, maybe more for me, I didn't have a score bug.
Yes, I did know that because I've gone back and watched old games.
Yeah, and you're like,
I have no idea what the score is. I don't know how much time's left. Yeah. What's happening right now?
And I paid no mind. And so there was a stretch where they tinkered with it.
Yeah.
Left corner, right corner.
Some of them were huge, and some of them were tiny. You couldn't even read them.
So I'm like, would I take that again?
There were some, like, I feel early 2000s ones that were kind of in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
I felt like they were almost just like but they were like long. They were big across the bottom, but they took up very little real estate top to bottom.
It's just weird how much attention I pay to it now, and I didn't for years.
Yeah, you didn't even have it.
So I don't know. But my list, whenever we get to that, my list for things that were better as a kid in sports and food was relatively easy.
So I had stuff. I wonder if you can guess what the first thing that came in my head was with what was better about sports when I was a kid. We've talked about it.
Yeah, but you're post free agency.
Yeah.
So that's not it. The thing that's best.
So I was a little more specific. It wasn't like free agency versus no free agency, or it was like a little more specific.
They're back to it now that they wore their original uniforms in All-Star games.
It's All-Star adjacent. You're close. It's not the uniforms, but you're close.
It was more competitive.
No, it was home run derby.
Oh, good call.
The home run derby like late 90s, early 2000s home run derbies were incredible.
Yeah, and there was a stretch where it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it still kind of is.
Yeah.
A little gimmicky.
So, yeah, they've struggled with it. But a lot of it is you just don't have, like this year, I get those were good young hitters.
Yeah.
But you didn't have the star power, right? Back when, I'm talking about you had McGuire, Sosa, Griffey, like you had these guys in it every year, and like those were the dudes.
Yeah, my number one thing, easily, Todd already said.
What's that?
Less commercials.
Oh yeah,
easily.
I forgot to jump in the stream. I should pay attention to the comments here.
That was like the very first thing I thought.
So like when you're going to the NFL, you have touchdown commercial, kickoff commercial.
Yeah, and you could time it too. Like I could go, Mom, can I have a Shasta? And she'd say, just use half a can. So I'd run up there and I knew I could be back. I'm dead serious. That is it. And it was just enough time to crack the ice tray and fill it back with water and put it back in.
Yep. You had to down to science.
So she wouldn't have to say, who didn't refill the ice tray? Yeah, that was Kim.
Come on, Kim.
It wasn't me.
I will say, in general, I do miss All-Star games being competitive. Like, I loved the NBA All-Star game when I was a kid. Yeah, I really did.
And my other one, and I don't even want to get into the list this early, but my other one is there a sport that you think was better as a kid?
Oh, I would take baseball.
Mine too.
I would take baseball as a kid. Yeah. But I don't know how much of that's nostalgia versus actual quality. Like I love.
I just
those
think it was a
guys.
better television product.
Yeah, probably. Or I don't know if it was a better television product or the other television products weren't as good yet.
Maybe.
So like it was better comparative to the field.
Yeah.
Like they've really, I feel like, minus the commercials, nailed down how to broadcast basketball and football. And I don't think there's much more they can do with baseball. But I liked baseball more as a kid.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was a very uneventful 2 weeks for me.
That's probably for the best.
No, it was really, really quiet. Didn't leave outside of being at school.
Yeah. But
Like
you were at the West Side a ton.
I was at West Side a ton.
Yeah. Even when I couldn't find you up there.
Yeah. So you can't have listen. If you're in
I know.
if you're in the weight room,
phones are
Coach Samanji is not playing around.
So I knew when I texted you it was a long shot at best.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I went to the football field. It's not there. I know sometimes you will stripe up the baseball field. I went to the baseball field. Not there.
But
I knew you were there because I saw your car.
Yeah, we spent most of I park in the same place every day. So we spent.
I just had to look for the Kleenex box in the window.
I mean, we're literally, that's tough. Wow. He's got jokes already. It's weird working this close to him now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this going to be a thing when we're in here? Are you the guy, AJ?
Only if you approve.
No, listen, man. I think I lost power like 3 weeks ago.
Others would argue.
I just got
some people would say you gained it.
Well, probably has more to do with what you didn't do than what I'm actually doing.
No. It's definitely what I did. It's 100% what I did.
Yeah, he had a couple of days where I was like, ooh.
Just threw that thing right in the ditch.
I was like,
he came out hot on a Monday with Memorial Stadium sucks.
Yeah. So
didn't help my co-host was dead, but that's fine.
So how about
I wasn't a lot of help.
How about one of my colleagues at the network was like, your boy just blew up the internet. And I was like, I had no frame of reference for what she was saying.
You think she meant me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, you'd be more apt.
100%. Yeah. Like if it's more likely it's going to be me.
Yeah. And I think you guys didn't get me on. Nobody wanted me for a while. So I was a couple of days late, but I knew he drew the ire of some people because his response to me, he goes, I need to give this thing some context right away. I was like, ooh, shoot. He's not going to be misrepresented. That's for sure. So he had it locked and loaded.
Yeah, I'm a bad person to do a show with if you don't want to be misrepresented.
Because you will take that thing.
What do you mean by that?
So
I like to take something and then be like, oh, that sounds a little funny. And then I'll just do my own thing with it.
Yep. I'm telling you. So my one piece of advice to you, AJ, would be to I would just say hold firm, because he's very good at manipulating time. And, this dude can bend goalposts like no other.
A doctor girlfriend just said, maybe think before you speak.
Wow.
That would help. That might help.
He seems like
in
a
mouth.
cold shot. Is she tough?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Farm tough, yeah.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. So she's not afraid to work.
No, I mean, she
works way harder than we do.
Well, she has a harder job.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, relatively. People weren't yelling at her on Twitter on Monday.
So I will say this. Sometimes people think this is all. Who said this? One of my players. Oh, God, Coach B, you got a dream job. I'm like, you want with what I got? You don't want what comes with what I do.
There is a lot that people don't see.
You just don't.
There's a lot that people don't see.
But
you gotta have pretty thick skin.
Yeah, the perspective was funny though.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to be laying bricks for a living, but there's
no, there's a turn on Harrison where just one lane is getting worked on.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing something with the corner. I don't know if it's fiber optics or whatever, but
looks electrical.
You can't use the turning lane. And the guys that are actually working are kind of protected by the cones.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can see is they're shoulders up.
Yeah.
They're in
in holes.
They're in the ground.
Yeah.
I'm like, who dug those?
Probably them.
That's the first thing I thought of. They're going through concrete.
Yeah.
Who dug those?
Well, they got machines. I'm sure they.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine. That's why I was like, I'd rather do this than I'm not going to try to work manual labor.
I spent 3 days in a batting cage. My wrists hurt. They're not called jackhammers anymore or anything, are they? Why are you like this, dude? Hey, I don't know if you forgot this, AJ. I'm funny.
No, again, you don't see us when Rico and I are working back here at headquarters, but we just giggled the entire show.
Like,
it's a great time.
Is so nonsensical.
By the way, also Rico back working from home, but he's back.
Oh, good for Rico.
Yeah, he's decided that he's done all he can for raising the child. Now it's up to his wife.
Well, I mean, what, we're 10 days in, right?
2 weeks in. He did all he could.
He's a veteran.
This is his third one.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, man.
Veteran.
You're fine.
But I have to see how he is around the kiddos. Maybe time to ziplock and twist tie that thing on up.
I told him, I was like, there's ways to not get pregnant, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay.
And my buddy just went through this. This is probably way TMI, but like I'm 50 and not because I'm scared.
Oh,
and my buddy just went through it and he was miserable. And I think he's kind of not like a tough fighting guy, but I think he's been buried by like grain before, like had his ribs crushed.
Relatively high pain threshold.
Yeah, he's tough.
Can I say so I did it because team no kids.
Yeah.
Like hard.
And you were low 30s, right?
It was just last year. It was last year. So last summer. So almost exactly a year because it was right before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because that's why I couldn't get in the lake.
Yeah, you had the fireworks.
When our friend came in the pool or came and towed the boat in.
No fireworks for Ravi.
No, absolutely not.
Bags of peas.
Honestly, I didn't know what everybody was complaining about. It was a super easy.
Oh, good.
Experience.
I'm encouraged.
I texted some of my friends. I was like, are you guys just wusses or what's happening? Because I honestly thought it was not bad at all.
I'm getting ready to redo my whole life insurance thing.
Yeah.
And I think I should just do every procedure I need done at once.
Just knock them all out, man.
I'd be in the hospital for years.
DB, you have to get your eyes. You have to get those.
Hey, Mom, good to talk to you this morning.
Have to. That argument we had a month ago was just nuts.
Hey, so I'm going to tell him myself again.
I like how he just comes in and he's not even making a joke. He's just please get your eyes checked.
So yesterday I worked the Omaha triathlon.
Okay.
And so we were out at Cunningham and
that was your volunteer deal with Westside?
Yeah, although my deal was different.
I
was doing Alan a solid because he's like, hey, can you No, he actually said, can you start the race?
Oh, okay.
This is 5 weeks ago. So no big deal.
It was a gentleman start your engines thing, but
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that.
No.
What was it?
We're 5 hours of yapping on the microphone.
Oh my God.
Hey, go bib number 222. Sarah, that away.
You know, he did an Ironman.
Hey, so first of all, the
Olympic road race yesterday. Sorry,
the Olympic folks versus the sprint folks. Those Olympic folks are ridiculous. I mean,
yeah,
just all in the water. They're lapping the yellow cabs. I'm like, damn. And
they're swimming in the lake.
Yeah,
it's a little chaotic in that swim, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's it's cool for me because I'm super OCD.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, DB, you need to make an announcement. The water's 79.5 degrees. Wetsuits aren't legal. This, that, and the other. And I was like, fudge, or transition or your rules with your helmet and chin straps and stuff in the transition area. And so I feel like, ooh, I'm like an aficionado. No, it's terrifying. These people kept saying, oh, you're a good athlete. Oh, you're good at both two sports. Blah, blah. I'm like, there's no way I could do this. Even if I trained,
yeah,
I'm sure I could get there, but it's so mental.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to do that.
No, it does not seem worth it at all.
No. And you know me, when I'm fixated on something.
Yeah. Hyper competitive.
So there was this guy that finished third in his age group. He's a big guy and good looking dude. He had just strawberry red hair and he's kind of striking. He had this tattoo on his back. And I'm like, I ran over to him. Total stranger. I'm like, hey, how are your joints? This is how I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
He's probably who's this little dude. Like, how are your joints, man? Do you ache? So we're talking. And he's like, no, it's this, it's that, it's mind over matter. And I can't. He was significantly bigger than me. And he go at the very end, just casually, we're talking about mind over matter, why I like what I like just the mental me against you compete stamina thing. And he goes, yeah, I'm just recently last week, I'm retired Green Beret. So I was like,
so he might be built a little different.
I was like, oh. Listen, all-time weird DB. Man, man. Like, I'm in for the hug, AJ, rubbing his back. This dude is like sweaty with no shirt on. And you know I'm a total germaphobe. I was so
just like
enamored.
Yeah.
And here I go, just yapping. Hey, man, you know, our special teams, we name them after all these military deals. And when we do our awards, and I was like, hey, I'll be right back. I got to go tell my coaches we love military guys. So I'm bebopping over there, right? Hey, Coach Samanji, man, this guy over
we got
here.
A Green Beret.
So what'd he say? Does he want to come talk to us about the importance of mental toughness? I was like, yes, I come by it honestly.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Austin, did you ever tell DB why you kept swimming?
I think so.
You were afraid you were going to drown or something like that?
No, I was afraid of you. You were.
I was going to make fun of you.
No,
you told me that.
You were the voice in my head that I was like, I can't let DB on Monday just be like, yeah, we lost one. Not a good one.
Didn't have the rigor.
I mean, yeah.
So if I can overcome swimming in an Ironman, you can go get eye surgery.
Yeah.
Be competitive.
You know, and it's so funny, too.
I don't even know if you need surgery. We just need to know what glasses he needs to wear.
That is also true. We need one of the two.
Yeah. So back to the triathlon yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like reading the flight times.
Okay.
I bet I missed 3 names by like 17 letters.
We have some like Eastern European stuff going on, or what?
Well, I think one I said Montaigne,
like
and
Tony?
it was Montoya.
That's close.
No, it's not. ENGA and OYA, and I was like, but the wind was kind of blowing and the sun hit it right, and I was like, hey, Coach Sikora, can I borrow your readers? And I had both of these out there. It was embarrassing.
My favorite part is how you borrow other people's glasses. Like that's how
I ran to the truck to get these. I have 2 pair.
Like, you know, the prescriptions are different, right?
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you. I needed a lifeline. So he had his on the back of his head, and he goes, well, you can use mine. I felt bad. And I was like, no, I'll just go to the truck. I got 2 pair.
Yeah.
But I had already had his on. And so I went back and I looked through mine, and I'm like, these suck. So I walked back over to him. I go, hey, what magnification are those?
Yeah.
So those are 2.5. I'm like, see, that's what I complain to Ravi about. Once I put these on, you can't go backwards. His are stronger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
So these suck.
Yeah.
Right.
So here's the thing. I don't know if you know this. I used to work at a Lens Crafters.
Oh, good. I know you used to crush glass.
There is
pound sand.
No, it's grinding the glasses. We weren't pounding anything. Not there with like a chisel out there, like, you know. Yeah, I'm not out there digging holes on Harrison.
So you know what would have been interesting? I immediately thought when I saw him, I was like, man, they need the Bugs Bunny thing where he just had the perfectly cylindrical hole that he dropped down, because they looked miserable. But anyway,
I can't imagine it's a fun job.
No, not at all.
But
but do you guys like? I need some like emotional support. Like, do you guys think that guy thought I was weird?
I'm guessing yes, if I had to be honest. But he may have been okay with it. Like, it may have been like, oh, I don't know, this guy is a little unusual, but he was probably very appreciative of your kind words.
Did he know who you were?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He didn't lead on.
Gotcha. Because I think if he had like an idea of who you were, I think he'd be like, oh no, that's
so.
That's
I did get a DM from a guy.
Yeah.
That said, because I cannot read, I made a joke about whole language versus phonics.
Mm-hmm.
And the crowd was laughing, and the guy was like, hey man, my wife totally appreciated that, but I got her name right.
Yeah.
And it was not easy.
Montoya.
No, Montaigne.
Oh, okay.
What was the other one? And the lady came over. Was it it was like either Mizorowski or Murawski, and I said it wrong, and her delivery was like, dummy. And I was like, ooh, she's mad.
Did you say that?
Yes.
Oh, she's not happy.
So
here's the problem: is I would be such a troll if I was doing one of those. I'd be the worst.
So my guy Alan Cole, he like totally empowered me though. He goes, well,
That's dangerous.
I told him that.
You're like, I need a script, homie. Otherwise, it's gonna.
He's like, no, man. People love your personality. And I was like, you don't want that. And he's like, no, yes, we do. And I was like, no, you don't want that. And then it just turned into stand-up hour.
Austin, can you just imagine, like, you work your butt off for however long, you're bringing the giant lunch bag to work and getting roasted for it to fuel for this.
Well, I actually had his back, remember?
I did too. I've taken much larger lunch bags than that to work. Not this work because I don't powerlift anymore. But when I was like, it was a cooler. Like I had an actual like cooler. His was firmly in lunchbox territory.
Yeah, for as much grief as I give this show is 100% pro Austin.
Yeah,
that's great.
We do get
totally
your back.
am. And you actually have made me mad before.
Yeah, we're no like David Shoemaker over here.
Which Damon, you ran into Dave yesterday.
Yeah. So if I would have known when he finished, because I was getting the results real time, so I'd be like, hey, happy birthday, Carl. And they'd be crossing the finish line. I'm like, this is a freaking yahoo that knows my name. I'd say, hey, Uriel, nice work.
Yeah.
Go get him. Or, this one guy had on like an Iowa jumpsuit. It wasn't, I said jumpsuit. It's not a jumpsuit. Damn, sorry.
Wetsuit.
It was like lime green.
Yeah.
And he had the visor. I mean, he was, he was
all business.
Oh, yeah. He was nice too. And I was like, hey, love the lime green. I'm not going to say his name. I was like, love the lime green. And so about 5 minutes later, he comes over and he's like, super hard, right? He's like, hey, appreciate the encouragement, bud. I was like, thought you might hate me. Made a new friend. He was 74 years old.
Yeah.
On his division, his age group.
There you go.
He's getting ready to get in the pool.
Yeah.
And it's like a little narrow, the lake. It's like a little narrow deal. And you kind of had to go down and they did you in like groups of 3. And he goes, hey.
That ain't wet.
No, that's not what he said. And you can tell I'm totally back. Oh. And he comes over and he kind of whispers in my ear and he goes, hey, so just the Olympic guys, we're going to go twice. So are we going to be able to clear this? Do we just get out and we come back to this little walkway and get back in? And I was like, one of the reasons that I did not wear a staff shirt is because I don't want you to ask me questions.
I don't know anything.
He looked, that's how I said it too. Man, he goes, well, what do you mean? And I go, I'm not going to be held responsible for you being in Lincoln in about an hour because I told you wrong. And he just laughed, And so he was like my friend the whole time.
Yeah.
It's like during the award ceremony, he came to sit by me under the tent. And I said, you keeping me company? He goes, no, you've got shade. Like, damn it.
Dude, that's what I do around here when people ask me questions. Like, you guys know I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah,
right?
So Krista, she was one of the volunteers. She was amazing. She's like, hey, I can get you a red staff shirt. And I was like, hey, I'm not inviting combo.
No, that's not gonna work.
I'm pulling in at like 4:58.
Yeah,
and it's dark. And one of the guys, he was cooler than a fan.
What time does this thing start?
So it officially started at 7.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I need to go back and ask him. I don't know why he told me 5.
That's aggressive.
So my man was like 5 or 5:15, but 5 preferably.
That's aggressive.
I was like, yeah,
we're doing a little too much.
Who doesn't want to shower at 4:20 on a Sunday morning, right, dude? So I get there, one of the guys, and he was. I'm doing him a disservice. His name was Scott. He was amazing. He's like top whatever in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Older guy. He's like 61. He went to Hastings. He was like super cool.
Yeah.
Kind of babysat me through the first hour and a half because, there's so many rules and stuff. And so I had a script and I'm turning down the music. I felt like Shane.
Yeah.
Even though I had 4 buttons.
You're like DJ DB, just
mic, music, audio.
Did you play any drops?
No, but I probably should have.
Every time they get in the pool. That thing wet?
Every time I grabbed the mic, it was a drop potential. So he's like, it's like 5:05 in the morning now. I just parked and it had rained and I parked in the grass. So they're watching me. It's dark. So I'm thinking people aren't really watching me.
Yeah.
So Micah volunteered for the first group. So he rode with me. And I'm getting out like super tenderfoot, like I'm on glass. And Krista, the volunteer, she comes over and she goes, "Are you okay?" Like she's genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I just don't want my shoes wet. And she, well, why are you shaking
No,
your head?
no, it's completely valid. It is 100% valid.
I felt like I kind of got a little eye roll.
No, I get it.
And I was like, I promise I'm not going to be high maintenance. So
I'm careful about my shoes. I am.
she hands me off to Scott, and he has like a mining hat on with a light.
Well, got to. It's dark out.
My man is talking to me like this, though. And
Like,
I was like,
right in the eyeballs.
I felt like Gizmo. You know, it's like, that's probably that's an old man reference, but that was from Gremlins. But
No, I got it. Great Christmas film.
so he totally got me.
Not a big Gremlins guy.
He totally got me through the first hour.
Yeah.
Just because he's just super kind.
Man.
He was really good. And I know like the difference in terrains between, Hamburg, and he was in Switzerland. He was in Australia twice.
Oh, yeah.
He was in Spain.
Okay.
And I remember that, he lost 6 pounds in Spain and all he did was eat.
People say that sometimes, like Spain and Italy.
Yeah. So if you're done with one of those, how soon did you eat, AJ?
After those type of races, I usually don't want to eat, but they like force feed you. Like
so they had the pancake and sausage man, and people were smashing those
pancake
pancakes.
man is great. I love the pancake man.
I'm not gonna lie.
You look pretty good.
I started to walk over there.
Was he like flipping them to people?
I'm constantly telling myself no. So I'd seen him do it before.
Yeah.
But his sausages were huge.
Yeah.
They weren't like the little. I can't stand him. Can I just tell the story?
Well, not to glaze your own donut or anything.
Not to glaze our own donut here or anything. Not to sprinkle my own sundae.
Incredible.
Okay, so the man had.
I need to go.
The man had incredibly large sauce.
I need to go put my little brown behind down somewhere and go take a break. No, so the links were exceptionally good size.
Yeah.
And they looked sensational.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, but how do you ask another grown man where he got his links? Right?
I think that's fair. Like, hey, where do you source your meat? He probably buys it by the bulk, right? With as much as that guy goes through.
I was going to say that's my point, but after you two children laughed kikiing the whole way, you wouldn't have believed that that's what I was after.
I knew exactly that's what you were after.
I just wanted to know where he got it in bulk.
You're the guy that buys like a half a cow and a whole pig. Like, I understand that's exactly what you were after. You're like, hey, this is really good. You obviously buy a lot of it. Where are we getting this stuff?
Which, by the way, Micah had some of the bacon the other day from
the pig.
Yep. And he's like, I don't know why we don't eat this all the time. I was like, shoot, I do.
You're gonna save good stuff for me.
Oh, all right, that's it. We should get back to the show. I'm glad you guys missed me. That's awesome.
Of course we did.
I see my man JD's back on Husker Wrestling.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
So I talked a lot of Fargo.
A lot of wrestling last week.
I talked a ton of Fargo.
We talked to Sauter for like a good half hour. Most of that was wrestling.
Yeah.
That was his Fargo trip and his Florida trip. Like, we were all over the wrestling last week.
Nice.
Talked a lot of Cade Ziola.
And I missed it.
Yeah, it was on Friday.
Do you think college wrestling is strange how a guy could like win nationals and then redshirt the next year?
The eligibility and years in college wrestling.
It's just the maneuvering of the roster in itself is fascinating.
And then you get like Olympic redshirt years, and then like you've got. I mean, AJ Ferrari's like 24, and he's going to be in his 6th year of college.
Have you starting to get a little snippet of his personality?
Yeah,
he's going to be a lot.
There's a lot going on there. We're really crossing our fingers and trusting the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Coach Manning said it best. Well, I'm hoping so too, Damon. All right, then, Coach. Cool.
But no, Yeah, we talked a lot of wrestling with Sauter. It was good.
Austin, are you happy to see me knowing my Dodgers pretty much are trash?
I'm just always happy to see you with or without context.
Oh, jeez. I don't believe a word this dude says.
100%. You know what? Sauter said the same thing on Friday.
No, with Sauter, I believe it. I wouldn't want to see him either. That's probably true.
I mean, you guys are still 3.5 clear of the Padres. I think you're okay.
Oh, they rot right now.
You know what? I'm a little mad because like the Red Sox were on a 10-game winning streak, and they're like, "Hey, All-Star break, great time."
And then you met the Cubbies.
Yeah.
I'll blame Bill Simmons. He's the one that jinxed it.
What do you do?
So he had a tweet where he was like, "Hey, I love this team going into the All-Star break.
Yeah.
They better not tinker with it."
Yeah.
And then they
Immediately
proceeded to play the way that they played coming out of the break. And he quote tweeted his own tweet, and he goes, "I may delete this."
Yeah, the timing was a little frustrating. You know, you're going in hot for the first time in like 7 years, and nope, just it's fine.
Are you excited about the Portnoy news?
To FS1 or to Fox Sports? I'm interested to see how it goes.
Yeah,
excited is too aggressive, but I'm curious for sure because they already tried to do a deal with ESPN.
Well, he came out with his first hot take, so I was like,
"Oh, I didn't see the hot take."
Oh, it's the WNBA shirts and wanting more money.
Yeah. I mean, I had some thoughts on that. I did. It's tough. Let's take a break here real quick before we get to actual sports. The Cleveland.com Big Ten preseason media poll also just dropped as well.
Hey, can we do an exercise?
I love to exercise. Yeah.
Okay. You probably have yours off the rip.
Okay.
I want you to rank 5 through 9.
Okay.
In the Big Ten.
Okay.
Austin, I would like for you to do the same. And then we're going to go through Cleveland.com's.
All right, let's do that. Coming up next, that's DB. I'm Ravi. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, that was difficult. And, you know, I think, and I've said it before, I think one of the things we learned from the Auburn loss is I think their depth really wore into us the second half. And, you know, we wanted to make sure we were a deeper team this year, and I think we've accomplished that, especially across the wing. I mean, we don't look very deep at the center position right now because everybody that seems to be out's at the same position. But, you know, I really like the pieces. I like our length. I think there's a lot of interchangeable parts, both defensively and offensively. So I think it's going to be a fun group to work with.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I was not in a good place mentally last year at the end because like we were playing important games, but back on my mind was always like, this might be my last game, and I haven't really showed you guys what I can do yet, and like all this stuff was just like in my head constantly throughout the whole season, and having to earn my role coming in so late and everything, it was maybe the most mentally, challenging year I had in my career so far. So right now that I don't have that, I feel free, basically. I feel so light. I just go out here, work, and, just wait for the season and no uncertainties. I know what's ahead of me, and that's it,
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'd say once I committed, I knew what I was getting from a program, just the way they like to use their guys, especially moving off the ball and shooting the ball. But I'd say focusing on my high school season first, because that was first and foremost, and I wanted to finish strong there. And then continuing that through my off season, just asking some of the coaches, like, hey, what do I need to work on? What do we do here a lot? And just building off that.
What was some of the feedback you got? What have you worked on through the first part of the summer?
Oh, first part of the summer, I mean, obviously getting a ton of shots up. I feel like that's kind of what this program's known for. And then obviously getting up and down, I feel like I'm one of the most athletic guys in the gym most of the time. So just using that to the best of my abilities, for sure.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat headquarters, reminding you keep those eyes focused and straight ahead. We're not going to stay focused, but you do need to when you're on the road. Make sure you are not distracted. This message from the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Speaking of which, of the three, which one of us do you think went to Hurrdat Sports Bar?
Well, it wasn't me.
Let's go.
I almost texted you this morning, but I was like, I don't want to be patronizing.
So here's the funny thing.
It is like a muscle memory thing, though.
Yeah, so
like
I dropped Breeze off.
Yeah.
So I'm early.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling in at like 6:30. And I'm trying to play music. Right? So I'm focused on...
You're trying to play music after you drop Breeze off.
Yeah, so I'm sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to play music. Why do you think I had a jump scare?
Why?
Shane has his face beaming in my driver's side window.
Do you like knock on his...
Listen, this is like this. And I was like...
There's like a piece of glass.
And you try to be so cool that you weren't scared, but I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was fumbling with my...
If you're not paying attention and somebody ends up in your face next to your car, it's always a jump scare.
So, but I was happy to see him. So I rolled down the window and I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, Damon, good to see you. It's been a couple weeks. I'm like, no boop. He goes, hey, you guys are at headquarters. And I was like, whoops.
My bad.
That's exactly right.
And Sasha told me to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was so many group texts ago.
I know. I thought about, because I know some things.
I mean, it has to be 35 messages ago.
I know. I thought, and that's why I thought about, I was like, okay, should I just bump it to the top? And I was like, no, don't be patronizing, however you say it.
Listen, if I can go to the wrong stadium in a city, I should probably not be a, you should have
texted. That's on me. That's on me. I'll eat
nobody buys the excuse that it was, they changed the name of Huntington. Like, never mind. I'm not going to explain being at the wrong stadium.
They're both named after banks. I get it.
I get it. I blame my Lyft guy. My man said, University Drive. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure.
I do think if you're going University Drive and you're asking for a stadium, then maybe you should put two and two together.
The driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's reasonable.
But remember, his significant other was from Omaha, so I think we were kind of distracted.
Oh, okay.
And they were going to this concert, and it's dumb the weird things I can remember, but
yeah.
So anyway, I didn't let myself off the hook.
That's all right. I appreciate you taking accountability there.
Did you recover from Wimbledon?
Yes. I didn't love how Alcaraz played in the final. I didn't love it. I was not. And I don't like Sinner. I don't know why. I just don't like him.
Polar opposites.
They really are. But yeah, no, it was. I mean, I knew going into it, I hadn't loved how Alcaraz had been playing. Like, he'd been playing with his food a lot, and Sinner's too good for that. I know he got away with it in Roland Garros, but that's not going to happen very often.
Were you happy with Scheffler?
Sure.
Did it change? Did you want a little more excitement?
I thought it was really interesting coming off of his comments last week.
Are you over the immediacy of Tiger comparisons?
Always, yes. I'm always over the immediacy.
I don't know why we can't help ourselves.
Like, we can't. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter what sport it is. This guy's the next Jordan, or this guy's the next. I mean, I remember this is how old I am, just 20 years ago now. I remember people being like, Cameron Maben next to Griffey. And it's like, nope.
Great pull.
Like, not doing it.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Cameron Maben.
Cameron Maben, baby. And I kept waiting for it. And I go, I don't think it's going to happen. He's hitting like 240 in AA at 19, and Griffey was in the big leagues already. Like, that's probably not the same guy.
Yeah. Although, and Griffey is one of those guys.
Yeah.
That I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. So set this up because this is interesting.
Oh, we're jumping. Well, on the heels of the Scheffler Woods discussion, this would be the segue.
Absolutely.
So I was all sorts of, I'm engulfed in this conversation.
Yeah.
On social media about this whole Jack versus Tiger thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it typically seems to be an old guy, young guy thing. But
like the separation on the views.
But I would for this discussion, I would probably consider myself on the older end of this take.
Probably. Yes. I would say so.
Of this take.
I think so.
So I've got a couple guys that are animate about Jack being the better golfer, which is fine, right? And I said, hey, I'll hear any discussion on this.
Yeah.
Except for head to head. Head to head is
like if they're
so, and I prefaced it by saying, hey, better resume, anything you want to put statistically outside of the wins in bunches and percentages of starts.
Yeah.
From like whatever it was, 96 to 02, where he was winning like 29-7.
Yeah.
Okay. He's winning 30% of his starts. I said, I'll hear anything and be open to it. You like Jack? Hey, cool. I'm not going to fight you over that. A lot of top twos, a lot of wins, the most wins, whatever. Don't go head to head because, and I don't like being that guy, but clearly, like I've thought about this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I have learned to frame my discussion in ways that support what I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's like, no, I take Jack would beat Tiger head to head. I'm like,
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Like 1974 Jack Nicklaus is not beating 2000 Tiger Woods. And I'm not listening to why I don't do that is because it eliminates the discussion of equipment and course and who you played against because those things you cannot change. So I don't want the whole historical context thing of the resume, but then we get to extrapolate on what it could potentially be like.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not going to can't have it both ways.
Not how it works. Because the resume is a direct result of the era.
Of the era.
Right.
Right.
This is why I struggle with Bill Russell.
So you got to stay there.
Yes.
You got to stay there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and maybe they are. I could be crazy. But is anybody taking 74 Jack Nicklaus over 2000 Tiger Woods?
Not if they're being honest. Not if they're being honest.
You just can't, right?
Head to head, right? You could take the resume, right? You could take
and I can say that and laud Jack's historical prowess.
Absolutely.
But in the same vein, there in no way will I ever take 1963 Jim Brown over 2020 Derrick Henry.
Absolutely.
I'm taking Derrick Henry.
How many yards does Derrick Henry run? Like this is, I know
20, like 2027 or something like that. So, but listen to what I'm saying. Though.
Yeah.
My discussion was about just the evolution, just the physical prowess.
People get bigger, stronger, faster, like that.
And there's only really a handful of people historically
that even have a shot.
That even could enter the discussion. Yeah. And listen, I can say that and still think I'm not going to fight you if you want to put Jim Brown in your top 5 or top 2 running backs in his era. But head to head, which is what I said we ought not do.
Yeah.
Who's taking Jim Brown in 63 over Derrick Henry in 2020?
No one in their right mind.
Anyone?
No one in their right mind. Because when you, especially in football, it's hard, right? Because when you say head to head, I almost have to be like, okay, what does Jim Brown look like in this era versus what does Derrick Henry look like in that
How
era?
many sets?
Yeah.
How many games do you think Rod Laver would beat Pete Sampras?
None.
Okay. Rod Laver is widely regarded as a top 5 player of all time.
Yeah.
Sampras can't even crack the top 3 of his era.
Well, it depends on when you cut the era off, but yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Of his era.
Yeah. Sampras would get absolute the difference between Laver and Sampras is basically the same as the difference between Sampras and like Djokovic.
Yeah.
Like
Joker would ruin Sampras.
Yeah, it'd be like maybe double bagels.
So it's like
probably not, but because,
how can we with a straight face? Listen, most people think Ali's one of the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Hot take: Lennox Lewis would ruin Muhammad Ali.
So Lewis is a little out of my wheelhouse.
But
like just in the general sentiment of the argument, I'm not going to fight you.
The reason I picked Lennox Lewis
because most people do not treat him well historically,
and he was
really
unbelievable,
good. Really good. Yeah,
he's unbelievable.
So I've got a little bit of a blind spot with heavyweights in the early 2000s. So like I don't have.
I'll give you
great about fighting on that, but
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What about? And you can only really give me a handful of athletes that I think
like transcend their era
of older,
yes,
being better than newer.
Yes,
I think Barry Bonds is in that discussion.
I think that's fair. I think Barry Bonds could smash a baseball in any era.
And
I'll even do pre-steroids Bonds if you want to get picky about it.
I think probably I would listen to Gretzky.
Gretzky's interesting,
especially how the game is being played now.
So I was going to say there was probably a moment, right? Because the game shifted away from his style, got way more physical
because of Gretzky, though.
And now it's gone back, though, right?
Yeah,
he could get there was an era after him where he would have struggled more, and now it's back to where he would be really good again, right? Like I'm not misrepresenting that.
Well, no, you're not.
Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Talking out of my butt. Why, Johnny? Why is Lewis beating Ali laughable? You're talking 6'6", one of the best,
monster.
The best heavyweight jab. Not from Larry Holmes.
Who's the biggest guy Ali fought in his prime? Joe Frazier or
no,
George
Foreman?
Foreman's bigger than Frazier. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what George Foreman is compared to what Lennox Lewis is.
Well, and here's the thing about Foreman is just the evolution of punching combinations and boxing.
Yes. Foreman would get destroyed today.
It'd be tough. I mean, Foreman got beat. No, he was older, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But a young great guy beat a big old guy.
Yeah.
And when Holyfield beat Foreman, that is certainly not talking out of my rear end, though.
So when George Foreman fought Ali,
Captain, I'm not arguing resume.
Yeah.
I'm not. Because Jack's resume is considerably better than Tiger's.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't have any problems with that.
We're not talking about resume.
And if you want to say Jack was better and was a better golfer because of when he played versus Tiger when he played, I don't have any problems with that either. I'm just telling you, 74 Nicklaus isn't beating 2000 Tiger.
Like you put them on a golf course together, he's not winning.
What did Tiger struggle with when he struggled? If he struggled, it was going to be his driver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he have to use his driver?
Probably not. He could probably because they had to consistently make the courses longer, especially because of him, right? So,
well, I mean, Tiger proof is a thing.
Yes,
but let's.
He could break out the 3 or 4 iron and probably drive, quote unquote, all the courses that Jack played on.
So I just want to land the plane here with.
Lennox Lewis was 6'6", 260 when he was fighting. He's 40 pounds and 2 inches tall, bigger than George Foreman, who was a giant at his time.
Right? Yeah. And Lennox Lewis was a much more skilled boxer.
George Foreman didn't have a lot of the skill set.
So don't necessarily get hung with the premise is the evolution of the sport. And I'll land the plane here, Cappy.
And just evolution of physicality to a certain degree.
What's the weight differential between 2 current greats and Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez?
So
It's realistically about 17 pounds.
Okay.
17.
Yeah.
And they're both young and really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Canelo the favorite?
He's bigger.
Who is the more skilled of the fighters?
Crawford.
Okay. So we're gonna skip 4 decades
of skill development
of big guys and think it's not gonna hold the same amount of value.
Yeah. I get it.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's the reason that like JJ Redick says like John Havlicek would get eaten up in today's game.
This is your captain. Sweet. No, I get it. I'm just like, we got a major in the majors.
Yeah.
Right. And minor in the minors. Like I just
this was JJ Redick's point though, when he's like John Havlicek would get I don't know if John Havlicek could make a roster today. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like
no, I'm with you.
You know, like I don't, and this is my big struggle with Bill Russell, right? Resume better than everybody. He's got the best resume in the history of basketball in terms of team success, at least.
I just can't believe that this is like.
Is there a single center in today's
a back and forth?
Is there a single starting center in today's game that you're taking Bill Russell over?
Maybe. No.
Probably not, right?
Probably not.
Probably not. Put Walker Kessler in 1960.
How about Clint Capella?
Yeah. Put them.
I know you think that's weird, but a rim running, undersized, rim protecting.
Put Dwight Howard. Put Dwight Howard in 1960.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
put Dwight Howard in 1960.
I'm trying to imagine a world where I am living that Clint Capella is
do you know why?
one of the all-time greats.
But do you know why I do that? Do you know why I don't pick the best? You know why I pick Wade Boggs versus Ted Williams? To prove my point.
Because it's easier to pick. It's easy to pick the best and be like, well, yeah, I'd take
just to prove my point.
I would take Shohei Ohtani over Ted Williams.
Clint Capella's going for 30 and 30 in the 60s.
Yeah.
He just is.
Absolutely.
And I'm not being.
And he'd have like a 70% field goal percentage.
And I'm 50, right? So it's not like I want to ride with the young guys in 2025. I'm just telling you, 1994 Damon would be significantly better than 1974 Damon.
Yes. That's just how human development works.
Like, so what are we talking about?
No, I know. I agree.
How good would Andrew Bogut be in 1950? One-armed Andrew Bogut.
He'd beat George Mikan. He would. He'd be the best player in the league.
Don't tell that to Shaq. He's a big George Mikan guy.
Like, can you imagine? Like any of these guys, I've made this point before, but Jamal Crawford, if you throw him in the 1960s, is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah, I just.
They would think they think it was witchcraft what he does with a basketball.
TK, right? O lineman. Like, what would Mike Webster do?
Yeah.
There's no. Mike Webster was the greatest center in the 70s.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
Put him again. Let's pick an average because it's easy to be like, oh, Aaron Donald's. Like, yeah, Aaron Donald's eating everybody up from every era. Who's an average, like a league average defensive lineman?
He's not average, but like, what about like Webster and Hargroves? Or
let's do like Derek Brown, something like that.
Let's do this. Bring it real close to home, right? Mike Webster versus Ty Robinson. Hasn't played a down of NFL football. It was a 4th round pick. Like, that's probably a round where you would start league average. He might end up being better than that. He might end up being worse than that. We have no idea, right? Yeah. Would Ty Robinson not just beat the ever-living hell out of Mike Webster?
What would Sue do with...
I know. Sue's too easy, though.
Is he?
Yeah, because he was doing that to people of his own era. Okay, he was throwing Texas offensive linemen into Colt McCoy.
Let me give you another example.
Yeah.
Okay. Better resume belongs to probably Zach Thomas. Okay.
Yeah.
You taking Zach Thomas or Levante David?
Levante David. Okay. No question.
Do you know how many? You know many?
Here's a really.
Do you know how many All Pros Levante David has?
Like
1.
3? Oh, Sue has 3. Yeah, that's crazy.
What are we talking
you know, you want to do a different one that hits really close to home on both fronts. You taking Derek Brooks or Levante David? I love Derek Brooks.
Oh, I'm taking LD.
Absolutely, it's not close.
I'm taking LD.
Not close. Like, zero question. Yeah, Derek Brooks is one of my favorite defensive
He's an all-timer
ever.
Like, you can recognize the historical significance.
Yeah.
And Captain, I am so with you. That's funny. He said him. He mentioned the guy that I said was debatable.
Oh, Pistol Pete.
Yep.
Well, and you know how I feel about Pistol Pete.
And I didn't, Captain. I didn't even say his name out loud because I do think Maravich gets undersold historically for how good he was.
Yeah. And
his skill sets fit.
Yeah, he'd fit in today.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Do you remember
on that, Cappy?
Do you remember one of the first online interactions we had? We're going on almost 10 years ago now. Is you were talking in your previous life about like basketball players and where they fit historically and things like that. And I think I tweeted at you or texted you or something. It was before I had your phone number, so I had to tweet it at you. And I go, Pistol Pete might be the most skilled basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
This was pre-prime Curry.
Yeah, I'm with Captain on that.
Like Pistol Pete would fit into any era because his skill set is so high. And he's 6'5". You know how big that was for a guard back then?
Yeah.
And that's still, I mean, for a point guard, 6'5" is still big.
It's still big.
Right?
Yeah, I'm that's a good pull, Cappy.
Pistol Pete, I think, translates.
I would have said him.
That's because there's a handful of guys that are like better before their time.
Here's my new bestie, Caden.
Caden, what we got?
He's with me. Larry Holmes, Jeb. But the thing about it is I think we're being like purposely obtuse if we don't acknowledge that.
Oh yeah.
Like you just have to be being stubborn.
Yeah, you have to.
Right? I mean, who in their right mind? I'm dead serious. You get them as is, because again, you don't get the benefit of the context of where they played in history, and then say, well, if they played that, no, you get 74, Jack, and I get 20-0-0 Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
I'm winning
absolutely
every time.
The only other guy that I'm not the only other guy. The other guy that pops up in my mind is I do think 80s Jordan translates today.
So I said Jordan ?
I think
can you envision a game?
Yeah.
Being played head to head between LaFraud and Jordan.
So positionally, probably not. But so I'd probably go to try and go to a guard.
Okay. But
yeah.
But would you take 02 Bonds over 2025 Ohtani?
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm taking 02 Bonds over everybody.
And Ohtani's incredible.
Yeah. I'm taking 02 Bonds over everybody.
I think Bonds belongs in the discussion.
You know how I feel about Barry Bonds. Like I'll just sit there and stare at his baseball reference page because I still can't believe half of it. Like I do think Jordan, though, like, can you imagine? And I know people, but like, can you imagine if Jordan got Jordan beat Shea Gilgeous-Alexander 1-on-1, right?
Yeah. I like to read Asian White's point.
Where do we go here? Such as when making a greatest all-time list, you're not going to leave off some of the legends and put modern scrubs ahead of them. It's their significance at the time they played. No, I get that.
Right? So if we're going
to acknowledge that,
yeah,
and also say that Jamal Crawford would beat the brakes off of John Havlicek.
Yeah.
Right? Like both those things are true.
Yeah.
John Havlicek is more important to basketball.
You can't get the benefit of the era and then get to leave it and we extrapolate on what you would have been.
Yes.
Because, and here's the thing about going backwards to forwards versus forwards to backwards. If you're starting with backwards, you haven't progressed yet to the next level of where other people are training.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still get my same skill sets if I'm going backwards because that's what I've already had. That's what I have.
Yeah. There's no extrapolating. This is what we have.
Yeah. Like
Johnny Pig makes Braun versus Magic 1-on-1 is what I would look at.
Well, that's the comp that I would give his skill set.
Right. So if I'm looking at like that, and that's the difference.
But I've said that from the jump. You know, I'm always more of a Magic versus LeBron guy than I am LeBron versus Mike.
But you know how I feel about Larry Bird, right?
Yeah.
You could put Larry Bird up against.
Hey, do you want you want a joke?
Yeah,
Larry Bird or Austin Reeves? I'm just kidding.
I am taking Larry Bird.
Just kidding.
But give me like Larry Bird.
Who dropped trainer guy?
I don't know.
Was it DeMarinis?
Oh yeah, it was.
That's a great term.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was talking about basically his point was, if you want to reiterate it, guys that play in this era that are products of skills training.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's a lot of those guys. And like, good for them.
I thought that was a really, really good pool.
So I'm trying to think.
Noodle arm bonds. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, there's a reason played left field.
But my dude could rake though.
And for a while he could still run. I'm trying to think though, who's a modern NBA 3 or 4 that would be a good not a good comparison, but like a good one-on-one matchup with Larry Bird.
Kawhi.
I'm thinking like not even as good as Kawhi.
You're calling him a 4 because of traditional positions, right?
Yeah, 3 or 4. I mean, he's like
can we just say a small forward, a point forward?
That's
fine. Because I think Pippen. Take Pippen. That's not even that old.
I think Larry Bird would beat Pippen.
Okay.
I think Pippen would actually age really poorly in today's game. I think he's way less skilled than we think. Like, go back and watch those games.
No,
go back and watch those games. Scottie Pippen would get eaten up by some like pretty what we would consider pedestrian threes, I think.
Yeah.
His skill set is not.
You taking Worthy or Pip?
So Prime Worthy's probably a little before me, but I think I'd take Worthy.
Prime Worthy was incredible.
I think I'd take Worthy. But I'm saying like, okay, like Kawhi and Pippen get the comparisons all the time, right? You're definitely taking Kawhi.
Yeah. I guess, and the thing that got me, and
that's a good one, Rico. I don't particularly love Carmelo Anthony, right? But if you put Melo against Bird, I have to take Melo.
Every day that ends in Y.
Yeah, right? Like, Larry Bird, way more important to basketball. Yeah. Carmelo Anthony smokes him in one-on-one.
Yeah.
Right? That's a great pull, Rico, because I don't care for Carmelo at all.
And I hate to say this because I'm a big fan, but Carmelo Anthony is a better version of Bernard King than Bernard King.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the
And Bernard King was a stone cold bucket getter.
Yeah.
Put J.R. Smith on the Bad Boy Pistons. That's what I want to see.
If you put J.R. Smith in like 1974.
You talking about Nuggets, J.R. Smith,
yeah.
where he was just
nice?
Yeah, he's gonna score a ton.
He's gonna score 30 a game, easy.
So my thing was, and I hate to do this because it's not really fun, but evolution is a real thing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look at the 100-meter dash times in the Olympics.
Yeah,
just look at them.
Now, you know what's interesting about track?
Yeah.
Is times are times.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, times are times. Look at the records in long jump and high jump and triple jump and shot put and discus. And with a few, I mean, we're even at the point where the crazy doping Soviets are losing their records. Yeah. Like, those held for a longer amount of time because of some, chemical enhancements. That's totally fine. But even those are getting passed at this point. Like, you can't really debate, like, what's the Usain Bolt number? 958? Like, Jesse Owens isn't running that.
No. Oh.
Like, no.
And you don't get to say, well, if Jesse Owens got to train and was because then you're removing him from his era and what gave him his competitive advantage.
Like,
then
Asafa Powell is also going to beat his brains in.
Yeah.
Because you don't, even if you move him to this era with all that stuff, like Asafa Powell's beating him, right? Give him the equipment, give him the whole thing. So I
probably would have let it ride.
Yeah.
Except for my man came back and he hit me with, and I think he's talking about everybody that's in the conversation. So it's not just specific to me, but I think I'm the only one. I made the most firm point because I wasn't like, well, yeah, but no, like I'm just like anything but head to head.
Yeah.
I'll listen to anything but head to head. My man goes, you football guys are hilarious on golf history. Really? Like, really? First of all, I'm not a football guy. I play football. I'm a sports guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So pick a sport. Okay, let's talk about it historically. Yeah. Spent a lot of time doing this. Not saying I know everything, but I'm certainly not pulling it out of my ass. And don't try to tell me a Phil Mickelson wouldn't piss pound Lee Trevino.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, come on.
Listen, Phil Mickelson.
Come on.
Piss pound. Phil Mickelson has 45 PGA wins, I think. Like 57 total, like 45 PGA Tour victories. Phil was competing in Peak Tiger. Pete Tiger was winning 30% of his starts for 4 years.
Yeah, so Phil just didn't even get a chance.
He didn't have a chance.
30% of the stuff he was like.
He didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Lee has like 14 wins.
Give me a sec.
I'll get on my Google game. I'm very good at this.
First of all, give me Trevino's years.
Okay.
Specifically, I need to know the career.
Okay, so
like 70.
He won the U.S. Open in 68.
Okay.
He won the PGA Championship in 84.
Okay, so we're talking at least
16 prime years. That's his first and last major. So 16 prime years is what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, Jack in the 70s. Arnold. I'm going to say Lee Trevino. Oh, Phil has 45 PGA Tour victories. I'm going to say Trevino has 30.
29.
Let's go. Football guy.
You're a freak. You're a freak.
Football guy.
I will say, I will say there's a couple Secretariat mentions in here that just like as an athlete that transcends.
Like, is anybody taking Trevino over Mickelson?
Not in their right mind.
Oh, how about this? Because we just talked about him 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Anybody think Koepka is an all-time great? Anyone?
No, absolutely not.
Does he make the discussion?
No, not even close.
No,
not even
right?
close.
Koepka or Arnold Palmer?
Koepka.
Okay. This.
Also, Captain, you're using the worst skill, the worst subset of people to argue against me on the Melo versus Bird thing. He says, I'm willing to bet any amount of money that 99.9% of NBA players to ever play the game disagree with me. NBA players are famously morons in this discussion because they always think
historical context.
Yes, because they always think everybody outside of Charles Barkley.
There is a reference.
Yes, there is, but everybody outside of Charles Barkley is just like, yeah, my era would have dominated these guys and blah, blah, and whatever. And then you hear Steve Kerr, who, by the way, played with Michael Jordan. I don't know if you remember this, won a few championships back in his day as well. He's like, oh, yeah, because people famously get slower and smaller over the course of time. No, everybody gets bigger, stronger, faster.
I'm missing sort of the conversation. I give Cappy some grace.
Listen, I'm just saying. NBA players.
I mean, I like bad guys.
Yeah, I was saying it's a piece of cheese guy.
That's not true.
NBA players are the worst subset. They have the least amount of like context and self-awareness in this conversation. That's the worst subset of people to bring up. Yeah. They have like every single NBA guy, 99.9% of your NBA guys are sitting there and saying, oh, my era was the best, regardless of what their era was. And guess what? It wasn't. That's why I always say like, and you get mad at me sometimes because
all the time.
Well, yeah. But that's when I say like the NBA is better than it's ever been. I mean, the talent and skill in the NBA is way better than it's ever been. I don't even think that's arguable. You may not like the product as much. I'll hear that argument. That's fine.
But
the talent and skill is not close.
I get why Cappy's mad because I'm a Bird guy.
I am too. I think Bird's like the sixth best player of all time. I love Larry Bird.
Micah would lose his mind as a Team Bird guy. But the frame of reference, Cappy, is this. Would you rather have Melo playing in the 80s with his 2008 game or Bird playing in 2008 with his 1984 game? That's the discussion when we kind of just dumb it down and we say Bird over Melo.
Yes.
LMAO, right? Like listen, that's the discussion.
I get that Bird's probably you like him better as a teammate and as a 5-on-5 guy, but we're talking about talent, physical ability, and skill sets. It's not close.
Yeah.
And I don't like Melo, and I love Larry Bird.
Now I'm listening to Josh, which by the way, he came up all camp. Because there's another D-Lo in the queue.
Yeah.
It's going to be really good.
D'Angelo Russell?
Mick is a stud. He cut his hair too, so I was making fun of him. And I was like, man, whose idea was that? He was like, mine. I'm like, yeah, you're definitely a D-Lo. Just the irrational confidence. But anyway, yes, I said this earlier.
LBJ versus MJ.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I'm lending credence to Josh's.
One-on-one, LBJ wins. Like that, I don't think that.
I think
so.
I hear you. That's the example I used.
He's just huge.
Melo would have been on the bench. What?
These people are out of their minds. They're out of their minds.
Why,
Dude, and that's what we've had. Bo Jackson got brought up a couple times. Let me tell you this too. Bo Jackson would not be that good in today's NFL.
I'm not saying that.
Healthy Bo Jackson is not like. Listen, are you taking Derrick Henry over Bo Jackson?
Is it the same skills in the early 90s?
We're just transporting him.
Late 80s, I should say. Yeah, I'm probably taking
Adrian Peterson.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a huge all-day guy.
Because he's one of the best running backs of all time.
He is so good.
So freaky.
Adrian Peterson is so good. I can't believe he doesn't come up more.
He's so good.
He's sensational.
So good.
There were stretches where every time he touched it, you're like, somebody's going to get embarrassed or he's housing this thing.
And if he picks up 6 yards, he's going to knock somebody on his ass on his way to 6 yards. Like Adrian Peterson, like Bo Jackson couldn't touch Adrian Peterson in this era.
Yeah.
And can you imagine Adrian Peterson in the 80s? He would have killed people. Like I don't even know what we're talking about here. Yeah, put Saquon. You're taking freaking Bo Jackson over Saquon?
Listen, I'm not.
You don't even like Saquon, and you're not doing that.
I like him.
You don't love him.
I don't love him.
And nobody in their right mind says
I like him.
Saquon.
I like him a lot.
Come on.
So I'm not here necessarily for the Bo slander because Bo was incredible. Like I sent you that film.
You did.
And you're like, in a typical, I got to read your response. I mean, this might be the most you thing ever.
Ravi, we are getting a lot of all-time worst takes by Ravi here in the chat.
I mean, they're out of their minds if they don't think. Like, I love Larry Bird. Melo would cook him one-on-one.
So I'm not rolling you. This is just your personality in a nutshell.
Yeah.
So I sent him these clips of Bo Jackson.
This highlight on TikTok.
Fantastic. I mean, it's sensational, right?
It was fine.
So I sent it over to my man Ravi, L3. And my man comes back with, can I say this?
Yeah, I don't care.
Really good college running back. Also, not stuff no one's ever seen before.
So the context of this is the
caption.
The caption on the video was, no one's ever seen anything like Bo Jackson before. I think before or after is what it said. And so it was all Auburn. It was all Auburn highlights.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, really good college running back.
Yeah.
Accurate. And also, we have seen this before and since. And what did you hit me back with?
I said we saw this before a few years earlier with Marcus Dupree,
who I think was better than Bo Jackson. I think he was a better college running back than Bo Jackson.
That is so tough.
Can you agree it's at least a conversation?
Yes.
It's at least a conversation.
Yes.
But
yes.
Nobody puts Marcus Dupree.
They're only
a few years apart. And nobody puts Marcus Dupree.
That's a good one.
Nobody puts Marcus Dupree in the same conversation as Bo Jackson. Nobody. Not a soul. And we're at the very least saying,
except for the best that never was. So I think the
what
thought is the what if.
But even with common people, the what ifs don't go to Marcus Dupree. Now, if you're like
I'm with you.
If you're like a big college football head, then it does.
That's fair.
But even in the what ifs, it doesn't go. It doesn't go to the Marcus Dupree the same way it goes to Bo Jackson. Marcus Dupree, I think you can make an argument, was better than Bo Jackson. They're at the very least equals.
Melo over Sue Bird, maybe. These dudes,
dude, they're out of their minds.
I hate laughing because I don't want to gas the fire, but I just
listen.
It's great.
And somebody brought up Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain would be good in today's NBA. He would not average 50 points a game. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
He would be like, you know what DeMarcus Cousins would do in the 60s, DB? DeMarcus Cousins who cannot get a job in the NBA.
I don't know if he's saying that, Robbie, because he said so one-on-one, Durant is the best player over Jordan. He's not saying that.
No,
but
again,
if you give Durant skill sets,
no, Durant probably beats Jordan one-on-one.
If you get Durant's, I'm trying to stay away from opinions. And sometimes I agree with you, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from opinions. I'm trying to just make this as linear as I can, so we don't have to have whether we like somebody factor into the argument.
Yeah, everybody knows I like Jordan better than Durant.
Would you take the offensive prowess of late 80s, early 90s Jordan in 2025, or the scoring prowess of Kevin Durant in the 90s or late 80s?
If we're swapping them, I probably still take Jordan.
It's close though.
It's closer than I would think. Yeah,
because of the 3-point shooting.
Yeah,
and the way he would put, like, Durant would have Brad Sellers guarding him.
Yeah,
listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's not going to work for Brad.
Do you remember Brad Sellers?
I do remember.
I remember Brad Sellers.
I mean, Durant's that's why I say when I use the one-on.
So that, like, those are the kinds of things, Robbie, that we're kind of talking about.
Absolutely. That's the same thing as, like, okay, if you put Adrian Peterson in the 60s, he's bigger than the linemen that are blocking for him.
Well, he's a better version of Jim Brown.
That's what I mean. Like, he's bigger than the D lineman trying to tackle him, right? Yeah. So that's what we're talking about with some of these historical things. The reason I go to one-on-one with, and listen, would I rather have Larry Bird on a basketball team than Carmelo Anthony?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
But if we're talking about human evolution and skill development,
which is what the real conversation was.
Yes. We're talking, which is why I went to one-on-one, right? Because there are guys that are bigger, stronger, faster, that have the same or better skill set than the guys in the past. That's the point.
Does Rico know, like, my deep, deep, deep down affinity for Melo?
I don't know if he does or not. Oh, yeah, he does, because I tried to roast him, and you're like, oh, I like Melo. And I was like, all right.
The 7-star ratings on the nonprofit, what he does in the community, like, no, I don't know, Rico. Like,
you like him for other reasons.
Amongst my friend groups, though, I used to always say, be more mellow. Like, I love his game. I'm telling you, I told you why, though.
I thought you were a big Mellow Yellow guy.
He's Bernard King. I love Bernard King.
I thought you were just a big Lala fan.
But again, my man hit me with, like, Jack's not being Tiger head to head.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's
not happening.
But I hear you though, Josh. The LeBron thing gave me pause.
So the hard thing with basketball is what rules are we playing by? Are we playing by 80s rules? Or are we playing by today's rules?
So
that matters.
So
that matters.
Like the head to head thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're like flipping guys in spots, right? Like if you put Kevin Durant in the 80s and they're allowed to beat the hell out of him, like that matters. And if you put Michael Jordan today and he gets Shea Gilgeous's whistle,
but hang on though.
Too.
But you get KD 30 feet from the basket.
Yeah.
No, who's going out there?
That's why I also like people bring this up.
I mean, John Koncak?
Big John Koncak guy.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, listen, like Dan Marley was considered one of the best guard defenders in the early 90s.
Like, who's guarding KD? Is it Cedric Maxwell's too small?
Mm-hmm.
Mikhail can't move.
Yeah.
And Parrish certainly isn't getting pulled away from the rim. So those are the kinds of things you have. Yeah, that's
the trade-off for the whistle.
That is the trade-off.
Is that you have Robert Parrish, the chief, trying to guard KD.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not going to work. Right? So guys that especially have gotten bigger, stronger, faster, like LeBron, who's LeBron being guarded by? Like Charles Oakley? You think Charles Oakley staying in front of LeBron?
Yeah, I actually think like he'd have a hard time playing.
Who?
Oakley.
Oh yeah, Oakley. There's no place for Oakley.
I'm just not a big I cannot like something and still recognize the evolution.
Absolutely. Like you can not like the product of today's NBA. That's fine. You cannot get over the fact. I mean, what would anyone in a previous era do with Giannis? We haven't even brought up the biggest freak of them all.
I think individual sports is significantly easier too, and we still fight it.
It is. Like Bjorn Borg wouldn't win a major today.
I gave you Sampras and Laver.
Absolutely. But
I mean, it's a wrap.
But do you think Bjorn Borg think people?
And why did you pick him? Because that's my guy.
No, because he was considered one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, it's my guy too.
Like, I think there's a lot of
kind of anti-American unintentionally.
I think a lot of people would take Bjorn Borg over a Pete Sampras in terms of historical greatness. I think it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
But you take Borg, that dude's not winning a major today. Like, I don't even think it's close. You cannot, like, there is no air left in the room there. And we're talking about, like, guys like Stan Wawrinka have won majors. We're talking about, like, Dominic Thiem has won majors.
Yeah,
those guys would eat Bjorn Borg.
Sam, I don't know. I am not one of those people that undersells Wilt's athleticism, but we got to refrain from the hyperbole, because the not even close thing is.
I can acknowledge that Wilt is one of the greatest athletes of all time, and also acknowledge that the rest of the league is so much closer to what he is athletically than anyone was then. Like, yeah, I told you he would still be really good. He would put up probably prime Shaq numbers.
Yeah, he gets credit for the athleticism thing as a big guy, but I'm like, would I take Wilt's athleticism over Giannis? And I'm not even giving you like a Dion or a Bo or like what a legitimate. I mean, even Tim Duncan, an Olympic class swimmer and a Hall of Fame hooper. The not even close thing and the athleticism. I gotta be careful.
You really do.
I rock with you, Sam, because I like Wilt, but gotta be careful with the hyperbole. Like, I just look at the sport of
Wilt's a great athlete. I think the gap is way smaller in today's game than people think.
Like, I just look at the difference in wrestling style between a Soroki and John Smith.
Okay.
Smith, widely regarded as, I mean, that's a sheep, but goat status, right? And it's like, I look at just how you have to officiate the sport of wrestling. I mean, I'm watching a young man who's 18 years old, head snap, ankle pick.
You talking about Cade?
Yes.
Yeah. And he hasn't wrestled a single match in college yet.
So, like, it's the athleticism thing is a very, very, very tricky discussion.
Yeah.
Because in this, like, Wilt isn't gonna. I mean, you got guys that are like standing broad jumping 11 threes, 11 fours. They have 50-inch verticals. Like, we gotta be the athleticism thing is careful. You gotta be careful, or the ability to do multiple.
And I know people are like,
sports.
"Oh, look at the high jump! Look at the high jump!" It's like, what do you think some of these guys would high jump if they trained for it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing with Wilt. People are like, "Oh, he's a great high jumper in college," all this kind of stuff. Right? Like, what do you think some of these guys would do if they decided to become high jumpers?
Yeah, and I'm not much like Bo. It's not a. I don't want to discount Wilt.
He would still be
to
very
elevate
good.
Somebody else. I'm just saying you gotta be super careful.
He would still be very good in today's game.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, because there's a lot of great athletes. I mean, Jim Thorpe is a great athlete.
Yes,
Jim Thorpe isn't Charles Woodson.
No.
So, I mean,
like, what are we doing here?
You got to be careful.
You do got to be careful here.
We can get to our.
What
media days.
Let's do that next. Did
AJ, did we not do a good job of spending as little time in Vegas as possible?
We haven't been to Vegas yet, have we? Anything's possible.
Thanks, KG.
7:30 flight tonight. 8:25 flight Wednesday morning.
Attaboy. There you go. 8:25 local time. So you're going to join us over the phone on Wednesday morning.
Am I doing that?
Yeah.
I was waiting to get.
Yeah.
I've been told what to do for the last
9 o'clock on Wednesday. You'll be joining us.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm joining you on 9 o'clock. I love Haas too. I don't know about generational yet, but he does get the F word. Cade is freaky.
I was just going to say the show is completely back on, not only because DB is here, but because if you recall at the end of the last break, DB said, "Hey, get your Big Ten polls ready,"
and we haven't got to.
We haven't yet to get to.
Was that 45 minutes ago?
We're doing that coming up next.
It was.
Will anybody's be the same? Yes or no?
Absolutely not. We're gonna do the Cleveland.com Big Ten media poll just came out. There's zero chance anybody's is the same. Big Ten Cleveland.com media poll just came out. We're gonna go over that, and then we're gonna give our we'll do a top 9, but I think the top 3 are going to be the same in some order. And 4 through 9 is where it really starts to get fun. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla, more Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
Joined now by the former Husker Keisei Tominaga. Keisei, why'd you want to make the decision to come back and play in the NBA Summer League?
You know, I always want to be in the Summer League team, so it was one of my dreams to be, be in the Summer League, so I'm very excited.
What did it mean to get another opportunity here in the Summer League after your first season?
Yeah, it means a lot to me, be able to play this at this level, competing against very high level, I would say. Yeah, it's very good experience for me. It's very fun. It's been very fun.
Okay, I want to take you back to your Nebraska days. How much do you miss being a Husker, and what comes to mind about that journey?
I miss being in Nebraska. Playing from a lot of fans. I definitely miss those times. But I think the Nebraska basketball is getting bigger. It's getting bigger too right now. So I'm very excited to next time I come back to the PBA. Yeah.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Is here in Omaha. Maya Brady of the Talons joining me now. What's it been like for the first half of the season getting AUSL all started?
It's been a really cool opportunity. I unfortunately am not playing, but to watch something I think so legendary and so revolutionary from the sidelines, I feel like is a completely different perspective than what I would probably have if I was playing. But just to see all the fans show out every week, to see different cities. I am from California, went to school in California, so seeing different parts of the country and how their fans show up is just been awesome. And then to just see such a variety of players that I played against in college or grew up watching, it's an amazing opportunity. So I think we're creating something that's long lasting and hopefully brings a lot of fun and joy to the fans. So it's been an awesome first half.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
We're back here on Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla, reminding you whatever kind of home you're looking for, Centris Federal Credit Union has you covered. First home, dream home, second home, summer home, whatever it is. they've got you covered. Go to centrusfcu.org. They can get you locked in with a pre-approval and the rates that you need. Make sure you go to centrusfcu.org to start your application today. Federally insured by NCUA and equal housing lender. I do got a real quick before we move on. So, you know my guy Jermaine, right?
Yeah.
So he brought up a really interesting guy in Manu Ginobili.
Oh, yeah. I'm speculating, he's talking about transferable skills.
Mm-hmm.
They transfer.
Yeah, but okay, I think they transfer today, but like, what if you put him 30 years earlier?
I don't know if they could. So he has to play then?
You put him in the 60s or 70s.
I don't know if they could officiate him.
They certainly can't guard him.
But yeah, Ginobili's going for 40.
Yeah, like freaky skill set for the time.
Yeah, he's
super crafty. He can handle the physicality.
I like when guys pick like the not obvious, and it's still a legitimate.
Because Manu's not an MVP. He's not.
And listen, guys, I love Bob Gibson. I think he's one of the greatest players of any sport.
Yeah, Bob Gibson
and the best athletes ever. And I'm biased because he's very good to our family. I'm just simply saying Bob would not be a unicorn with his velo.
No, he'd be almost what you have to be a starter now.
Even in the SEC this year, what I tell you, 70% were 95 plus fastballs.
Yeah. Who's my favorite pitcher of all time?
Pedro.
Absolutely. His stuff doesn't really hold up today. Now,
I don't know about that. In a similar thread, we were talking about peak Pedro versus peak Kershaw.
So I don't think Kershaw has crazy stuff.
Yes, he did. Look, Ravi.
It's because I don't like the look of the curveball. It's because I just don't like
the 12-6.
Yeah, I just hate how.
I get it.
That's on me. I just hate how the curveball looks.
He's 95 plus. He could throw 3 pitches. He had the big breaker. So he's got the best ERA in the live ball era.
Yeah,
his more strike. He's kind of Jack Nicklaus.
Sure,
without the majors. But the resume is incredible.
Yeah, I'm not assaulting the resume. I do think stuff-wise, he probably doesn't hold up either.
But would I take 2014 Clayton over 01 Pedro? Was that
2000? 2000 probably.
Okay, 2000. I don't know.
99, 2000, 2001.
They're
both ridiculous. I just mean pure stuff.
Kershaw's resume historically holds a ton of.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about resume. I just mean pure stuff, right? If you take Pedro's pure stuff and put him in today's game, it's not that unique. Now he might still find a way to be good or great, even because his ability to manipulate this is the argument for Maddox, right? Maddox doesn't have crazy stuff in today's era. But you go, okay, his knowledge of pitching, his way to set up hitters and stuff like that. Like, I'll give some credence there. But if I'm just talking about stuff translating from Pedro to today,
I wonder what happens if Skeens gets to pitch in the 60s.
What are we doing here?
I'm just hypothetical.
No, I get it, but there's nobody.
Listen, I don't know if people are kind of new or they're misconstruing what the
argument is.
But RGJ, this is about evolution.
Physical evolution.
And
skill set evolution.
Not were they blank during their time.
Greatness, not resume, not any of that.
So a fair question, RDJ, would be, because I get it, right? Gibson's numbers. It's not. So the fair question, I did this with Mello and Bird, right? Do you want Bird in 05 or Mello in 84?
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask you this, RDJ. Would you take Gibson in 2025 or Skeens in 60? That's the discussion.
Yeah.
Whatever your answer is, that's the discussion.
Yes.
Not whether those guys were really, really good or really, really accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
It's, somebody asked me about Rozier versus Abdullah. Would I take Amir in the early 80s or Rozier in 2025? I might take Mike.
Yeah.
Would you take?
Might take Mike.
Would you take Nolan
That's a good
Ryan?
one, whoever asked me that.
Go ahead, Shane. What was that?
Would you take Nolan Ryan today?
No. See, RDJ, that's not true. Like Skeen's not sniffing a complete game is not true. First of all, he wouldn't have to work near as hard.
Yeah, the lineups are significantly easier to navigate.
That's not. Like, come on, you guys.
We can't get past what. Yeah,
that's
it's just
not
not true.
True.
It's just not true.
The guy, he just went 7 the other day through 91 pitches. Like, come on. Like, let's not get crazy.
Yeah.
Not get crazy.
Todd's talking about like just human body science, skill development. Like those are the things that have changed in a way that you cannot argue with.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up the 100-meter dash. Like that is a hard number that you cannot argue with.
Well, why? That's why we're having the conversation the way it is. It's not the training regimen of today. I said I'd listen to any argument about historical greatness outside of head-to-head. There are very few athletes that head-to-head where evolution wouldn't matter. That's really the discussion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it was birthed from
Jack versus Tiger.
And I said, every day that ends in Y, I will take 2000 Tiger head-to-head against 1974 Jack Nicklaus.
Because we're not talking about equipment and training and whatever. Because
I'm not even introducing variables.
Yes. Because if you bring
I'm just saying you don't go to the head-to-head thing.
Yeah, you can't.
Like I'm taking Derrick Henry over Jim Brown. But historically, Derrick Henry isn't going to get the historical reverence because Brown's resume and his era stands out. It's a standalone.
Yeah.
So I'm not arguing or debating Brown's greatness. I'm just telling you that physically, if I'm picking two guys, I'm taking 2020 Derrick Henry as my running back over 1963 Jim Brown. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think there's a question. I really don't.
Apparently it gets driving you crazy.
No, it's making me super mad because I don't know if these people just don't understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if they're purposely being ignorant. Like I don't know what it is because there's some of these things that I just do not think are questionable at all. Like I don't even think it's close. I think this is honestly, I didn't even think this discussion was going to last this long because I thought it was so simple.
If you're just taking a 3 or 4 year sample, let me put it to you like this. And I hate to do this because I love him. These old guys that are from Omaha, like these are hard conversations for me to have, but just for the sake of the argument.
Gale Sayers
versus Chris Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking Chris Johnson.
You like Gale in 29 or 2015?
No.
Or Chris Johnson in 60?
I'm gonna take Chris Johnson in 60.
That's what I'm talking about.
Who ran a 4.2 in 1960?
Depends on the course. I don't care where they play, Johnny. You're just arguing.
We're not talking about.
Like, are you not listening?
We're not talking about equipment. Because with the training, with the equipment, with the nutrition, which is what
again, I will listen to any discussion other than head to head. Because if you give me a head to head discussion, you get the skills that you come with. You don't get to extrapolate.
Yeah.
We don't get to extrapolate. You get Tiger getting his bag in 2000 versus Jack getting his bag in 74, and you go play golf.
And I
don't care where you play.
You pick whatever course you want. Doesn't matter.
Yes, George.
Even Oakmount.
I think Barry Sanders could play in this era.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so.
Yeah, remember his running style for that stretch was a lot different than what other people were doing.
Yeah,
now, he has a unique style anyway.
Super unique skill set.
But I mean,
also
he's a better Saquon.
Yeah, in what Saquon tries to do.
Yeah, like
I think
for a while, Saquon was real feast or famine.
Yeah, he's a little more consistent now with a better team around him.
He absolutely could play.
Yeah, I think,
and I'm not this old guy that's like. I'm just talking like. I just don't think it's debatable. A 1994 DB is better. I would be better than A 1974 DB.
Yeah. And then you're taking as many variables out of that equation as possible by using the same person. Like, that's just true.
It's just, yeah, I don't even know, like, what are we doing?
I don't know. It's
I'm with RDJ. Listen,
RDJ fan says I would take 1968 Gibson in the octagon versus 25 Skeens.
He's not lying. And I told you I like RDJ. He's not lying though. Bob was
mean spirited.
He's tough.
Yeah.
He was extreme, and everybody know, his peers knew it.
Oh yeah, people were afraid of him. People were afraid of Bob Gibson.
He's a bad man.
Like people that played professional baseball at the same time were afraid of Bob Gibson. The only guy I can think of intimidation wise is Randy Johnson. People were afraid of Randy Johnson, kind of for different reasons.
Johnny, he's this dude is losing credibility by the second. He'd take Jack's decision making and touch.
Dominic gets it.
Well, timeout.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Frick out. I literally, like, you can Google, Johnny. There's literally a documentary over one of the things that made Tiger Woods so great. And it was his ability to manage the course by not making mistakes. And his ability to manage pressure. What is it that gives you the inkling that Tiger was some risk-taking, non-calculated golfer? Like, who says that?
Thomas is right. He's also one of the best clutch putters of all time.
Who says that?
Yeah, that's wild.
Come on, Johnny.
That's wild. Absolutely wild.
Who gets it? I missed it.
Dominic. He said 93 Clemens is a back the rotation starter today.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that is my dude.
There's no question about that.
He's flirty.
Yeah, like he's a guy that I'm pissed off at because the Red Sox have to trot him out every fifth day. And I'm like, well, that's an L.
Dang, Dom is consistent. He's a lot like Caden.
Yeah. Not a lot of not high usage, but
pretty consistent.
Effective field goal percentage is pretty high.
Yeah. Get to the ratings. I know Rico's probably like, man,
you gotta use one of my lower
does
thirds.
He sound like me?
So Captain asked a question here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just telling you, he can go all day. So
no, wait, I think this is an interesting.
You give him a bone. My man will chew.
Oh no, I mean
he ain't going nowhere.
We'll bail out of this as soon as I'm tired of it. So he says, DB, give me a serious answer here. What did your guys' defense say about LP when he was trucking down the field in practice? That would be one hell of a business decision. And he's a guy that physically matches up with like a Derrick Henry or Adrian Peterson.
He's right.
Right? Like that's kind of a unicorn type guy.
He's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the outliers.
I told you what Stewart said to me, right?
I don't think so.
You want me to reenact it for you real quick?
Yeah.
So we ones and twos were done. Mm-hmm. Right? Threes and fours were going. This is LP's first year. And I mean, my man is wearing like white cleats.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looked really, really weird. Scrunchy socks. I think he's wearing number was he wearing? 32 maybe?
Wasn't wearing a sexy number.
And I'm thinking 32, not because of Stewart, but I'm just thinking what it
looked
freshman, like the jersey number was.
Yeah.
And his first two runs, he scores. I mean, house calls.
Yeah.
My man, Ed Stewart, he did just like this. Well, young fella, looks like you got your work cut out. I was like, damn. Damn it. That's exactly what he did.
That's so much worse than like, you're never going to play again.
Yeah. He said, well, and that's how Stu talked. He was like this savvy kind of sage.
Well, I mean, the bright guy, right? He's working in sports admin.
It was,
stuff now.
I was like,
that's so much worse than be like, you're not going to ever play again. It's so much, well, got your work cut out for you, bud.
Yeah, he didn't want to bury me. But I mean, you could just, it was just like, and I know what I thought. You don't know how dumb I was?
I could do that.
Look who he's going against. Okay. Dude, it's pretty good.
Dude, that's the best. When you're just like, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. And I told you when the real magic happened. This dude started, we just watched him, and I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
And you have to come to grips with, and I said this example on air. I'm like, I didn't cheer for, I didn't, I didn't cheer for LP because, you know, I wasn't competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I cheered for him because I loved him. He was really good at what he did.
Yeah.
And at some point, you realize you're like, yeah, I'm not as good as that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, now I want my moments.
Mm-hmm.
I want to practice my ass off,
Yeah.
right? Like,
You're
I
like-
want to be on demand, but that guy's just better than me.
Yeah.
He's better than everybody. But,
Well, to be fair, yeah.
but it's really hard to say that. I'm like,
when you're like 20 in the moment,
feel the inside. That's an LP story. That's what it gets you,
yeah.
right? He was incredible. He was a monster. Like, who's making full speed cuts and 210 was big.
210 was big back then, yeah. 210 was big back
You
then.
know?
That's the only thing I would push back maybe on LP is a little bit but he ended up being 230.
Oh my, he played against Florida. I think he said he was 229 and he was too heavy.
Yeah. So I mean, he would have by the time he was not a freshman anymore, he put on some weight.
Man. He said, well, young fella,
got your work
got
cut
your
out
work cut out for you.
Let's take a
He did. Captain, he did. The way he practiced, man, he
yeah.
set the bar. He's spot on there.
Well, I said it a lot of times.
And he was good natured too.
Yeah.
Like he'd be like, go get him.
You want a dick about it?
No, he'd cheer you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a real one.
I've said it a million times. Competition breeds greatness. Need a lot more competition
Ultimately.
in some of these rooms.
We got to get ready for Big Ten Media Days tomorrow. And we still got our list.
We're going to get to our list coming up here in just
Sorry about that, AJ.
we will get to it. We will get to it today.
He said we'd get it. And I said, you never know, man.
No, that's right.
You are doing a show with me.
Rico's he wants you to know he made that graphic while holding a baby. So it's playing in.
Oh, Mike Sauter. Do you know how hard I'm working? Yes, Jerome. You're the goat.
We're going to talk in just a minute to Henry Palattella from MLB.com. Get a little reset on the second half of the MLB season. And then at 9:30, we got the last two segments open. We will get to the Big Ten media poll. That is a promise. We will get to the Big Ten media poll.
Okay, I'll be good.
I'm crossing my fingers that I can speak this into existence. I'm trying to manifest us staying on schedule here. We'll take a quick break here. We'll get to Henry when we come back, talk a little Major League Baseball. It's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, that was difficult. And, you know, I think, and I've said it before, I think one of the things we learned from the Auburn loss is I think their depth really wore into us the second half. And, you know, we wanted to make sure we were a deeper team this year, and I think we've accomplished that, especially across the wing. I mean, we don't look very deep at the center position right now because everybody that seems to be out's at the same position. But, you know, I really like the pieces. I like our length. I think there's a lot of interchangeable parts, both defensively and offensively. So I think it's going to be a fun group to work with.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
I was not in a good place mentally last year at the end because I like we were playing important games, but back on my mind was always like, this might be my last game, and I haven't really showed you guys what I can do yet, and like all this stuff was just like in my head constantly throughout the whole season, and having to earn my role coming in so late and everything, it was maybe the most mentally, challenging year I had in my career so far. So right now that I don't have that, I feel free basically. I feel so light. I just go out here, work, and, just wait for the season and no uncertainties. I know what's ahead of me, and that's it,
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'd say once I committed, I knew what I was getting from a program, just the way they like to use their guys, especially moving off the ball and shooting the ball. But I'd say focusing on my high school season first, because that was first and foremost, and I wanted to finish strong there. And then continuing that through my off season, just asking some of the coaches, like, hey, what do I need to work on? What do we do here a lot? And just building off that.
What was some of the feedback you got? What have you worked on through the first part of the summer?
Oh, first part of the summer, I mean, obviously getting a ton of shots up. I feel like that's kind of what this program's known for. And then obviously getting up and down, I feel like I'm one of the most athletic guys in the gym most of the time. So just using that to the best of my abilities, for sure.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla, reminding you the PBC Championship is right around the corner, brought to you by Woodhouse Auto Family. Make sure you get to the Pinnacle Bank Championship.com today to experience it for yourself, whether you're there for the fun, the golf, the concessions, the concerts, anything in between. Make sure you get out to the Pinnacle Bank Championship.com today to get your tickets and join in on all the fun. Joining us now is Henry Palattella from MLB.com to talk a little baseball as we get into the second half of the season here. Henry, how are you this morning?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys?
We are hanging in there. Have you adjusted kind of your calendar now that we kind of use the halfway mark for the All-Star break, and it gets further away from the halfway mark than ever when we want to compare pace and numbers in terms of what guys are doing statistically?
Yeah, it's always weird because today I was writing some stuff and talking about, doing well in the second half. But you look in the first half, like some players have, 93 games under their belt. So it's not an exact science, and it's odd to not have it be such a linear, break between the two of them. But I think it's more and when I think about it, more players get a week off or the All-Star game or whatever. So really, like, baseball is such a monotonous sport. They get a time to get away, and you really see the teams that use that to rally around, whether it's a team like the White Sox that get their first sweep even though they have a lost season, or a team like the Giants that are in the middle of the playoff race but lost all 3 games to the Blue Jays. Like, it really puts into perspective kind of how clubhouses work. I kind of look into how team mentality works, even though it really isn't an exact science of a first half, second half kind of thing.
Henry, let me ask you something on the heels of the discussion we've been having this morning, and full disclosure, it has a lot to do with Scheffler and the comparisons to Tiger, and then the Tiger thing morphed into Jack, and we started talking about evolution. And so along the lines of baseball, I said, with just guys getting better, physical, stronger, faster, whatever, there's only a few guys I think that hold up. Bonds was one of them. I said I would take 01 Bonds over 2025 Ohtani. And somebody said, well, 93 Clemens would be a back end of the rotation guy in 2025. And not to get any hot takes, but when you look at baseball from a numbers and data standpoint, it's legendary in its team sports staunch stance on numbers. How do you compare and contrast eras when you want to start talking about guys' current prowess?
Yeah, I mean, it's such an interesting argument, like you said, just because of the different eras. I think it really just comes down to the impact you have on winning in the era you have. Like, obviously, if you take Aaron Judge and put him back in, in older time, like Babe Ruth time, he's going to do just as well, if not better, just because of the way the game has changed since then. But I think anyone can go back and look at prime Barry Bonds and be like, yeah, that guy could hit. He could hit 1920. He could hit in 2020. He could hit 2120 when they play on the moon or whatever. Like, the way you think about stats is different, especially when it comes to pitching, just because of how much pitching has changed, especially recently. But the players can only change the fact they played within the time they played and the context of that. And if you win in that context, it doesn't matter of, well, you did it against Tungsten Armo Doyle or whatever. Well, it's not like they had a chance to pitch against or hit against Garrett Cole like they did it against the people they had an opportunity to. And I think that's what makes baseball so great and what can sometimes be its downfall in conversations is that alliance to history more so than some other sports. Like football looks so different now than it did 10 years ago, even 20 years ago, whereas baseball is kind of the same game. It's just tweaking it so differently and making these marginal changes that impact the game and impact winning. And that's, in my mind, one of the best things about it.
So, Henry, going back just last week here where, you mentioned the kind of devotion to history a little bit that baseball has. They did take a pretty stark departure from that in a couple ways during the All-Star game, both in the challenging of balls and strikes, which I understand has been a thing in the minor leagues for a while now, but also in the way that they broke the tie with the little swing off in the extra innings. How do you think that played both for you personally and with a baseball crowd that tends to be a little difficult to move on to new things?
Yeah, I think the ABS system, automatic ball strike system, is a lot more like that will be something people will enjoy more. I noticed every instance it was used, both the ABS and then the swing off, everyone was smiling, everyone was having fun, but that's because it was an exhibition. It was, part of a celebration of the game, all that stuff. But I bet you every player in the American League wouldn't be smiling if they lost a regular season game, a postseason game, World Series game, even on a swing off. I think it's awesome. I think it was a ton of fun. It added a new element to the game we've never seen before. I'm a big soccer guy. I love a penalty, kick shootout, and that was kind of the same kind of thing. But that to me is a little more like sideshowy and should stay in like exhibition kind of things. Whereas I feel like the ABS system is like it's here to stay whether they like it or not. And there were some pretty big calls. I forget exactly what inning it was, but there was a late inning call that was impacted by an ABS call, challenge, what have you. And I think it'll be a same kind of thing as the pitch clock, where when that happened, everyone, it's going to change the game, all this stuff. And now you never hear about it, and everyone loves it because the games, not only are they quicker, but it's more efficient. It's not quicker for the sake of, like, you're cutting out an inning, like, instead of watching Justin Pedroia change his batting glove 700 times, like, more efficient playing. And I think that as more and more players in the minor league get promoted, because they've had it for so long, it'll become even more ingrained in the game. I know a lot of pitchers and hitters that dealt with the pitch clock in the minors when they got called up and dealt with it in the majors. It really wasn't a thing because their entire 3-year journey or however long through the minor league system, they dealt with it. So it's just going to be one of those things that there's always going to be a subsect of players or fans that gripe about it or whatever. But eventually, it will become so ingrained in the game that whether you like it or not, it's just going to be a part of the game. And most people at that point seem to recognize whatever value it has, or if not, recognize it's not going anywhere and are able to move on and enjoy baseball even with that in it.
Henry, let me ask you something about and maybe it's relative to where they are in the division, but tougher decision to make at what to do at the deadline. The St. Louis Cardinals or the San Francisco Giants?
Yeah, that is, especially the context of those two teams. Like the Cardinals, they always win. They never, last year was really the first time in as long as I can remember that they punted on a season. This year was supposed to be a reset, but they didn't trade Helsley in the offseason. He seemed like a lock to be dealt, and they played so well at the start of the season, but have kind of tapered off. But I still think it would be tougher to be the Giants because the Cardinals, if they end up selling or not making any moves or deciding to focus on youth, what have you, any of those buzzwords, it makes sense because they've prepared their fan base for it. They've said, hey, if we do great this year, awesome, it's a bonus. But also, as you can kind of tell the way they've played the past month, there are holes on this roster that would prevent them from being a true contender. And I don't know if going all in on a flawed roster is the best thing to do, especially in a division that has the two teams that are tied for the best record in baseball and the Reds who are starting to play well because Terry Francona is a great manager as soon as it's not April and May. Whereas the Giants, they make the huge swing for Devers, legitimately the biggest trade mid-season before a deadline, I think, ever. They signed Verlander. They signed Adames to this whole huge contract. And they came out of the gate so hot. They were first in the division, I think, all of April and most of May. And then kind of like the Cardinals have gotten Devers hasn't been great. I know he's dealing with some injuries. Matt Chapman's been dealing with injuries. Adames got off to a slow start. And it's clear they need something. They bullpen after it was a reinforcement at both like a strong hitter, a strong pitcher, and a strong starting pitcher and a strong reliever. And it's going to be they've already proven they.
Might have lost him. Shane, let's try and get Henry back there here in a second.
I think San Francisco's in a precarious spot.
Yeah, they're tough because he brought up really good points on them going all in on their roster, and I still don't know if they're good enough. Like they went pretty hard.
I just don't think you can curtail it now.
Yeah, like you can't bail now because you already went too hard. You went too hard, and like they've got a ton of money committed, so it's going to be a really tough spot for the Giants. He brought up a really good point, and good on you for picking those two teams. But he brought up a really good point in the difference between the Cardinals and the Giants and where they are philosophically in their process.
Yep.
Like the Cardinals are in. I'd much rather be in the Cardinal shoes right now.
Well, the thing about it is their division may be less of a chance, less of an opportunity to make the jumps.
Yeah. Weirdly, because you think of the Dodgers being the big bad bully in the West, the Padres obviously really good as well, but there are more teams. Like at a certain point, you have to jump a number of teams in your division. And he brought up a good point with the Reds playing really well right now. Obviously, the Cubs are leading the division in that one as well. Milwaukee on a 10-game winning streak. Like that division's pretty nasty right now.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and every 5 days, if you if you catch the Pirates, you got to face Skeens. So
is better reflection of wins and losses being overrated than Skeens numbers?
No, that's the perfect example of like wins and losses being not a great stat for pitchers.
Holy smokes.
Has anybody been better than him this year?
No. Can't really throw it any better.
You really can't. And that guy never gets any win. What's he got? 4?
Yeah.
4 wins on the season? Nobody's pitching better than him.
Is he 4-9?
I think so.
That can't be right.
I think
I need to go back.
I think he might be 4-9. That's wild for how dominant that dude has been.
Yeah, so Skeens,
and it's not. Like he's been the best pitcher in the league, and it's not particularly close. I don't think. Right? Like I'm not. Is anybody fighting me on that?
I don't think so.
Do we have him back here, Shane?
Yes.
He's 4-8.
let's get back to Henry Palattella here from MLB.com. Sorry, Henry, we lost you on the phone there. I think we were in the middle of talking about the Giants position versus the Cardinals in terms of where they're at and how much they've already gone all in on this particular season.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where on my soapbox it was to have lost. But yeah, the Giants, I would imagine in a perfect world, they probably thought we'll sign one of the best 10 hitters in baseball and be set and figure everything out. But now they honestly probably have more questions than answers compared to when they made the Devers signing, So it's a tougher spot because the fan base has already been invested and the team's already proven they can win. And, even though, like I said, the Brewers and Cubs are tied for the best record in baseball, the Giants are still in the division with the Dodgers and Padres, so it's not like it's going to be any easier for them.
When you're taking a look at, we were just talking about numbers and historical relevance and how you sort it. And we've said for, I don't know, probably last 15 years, maybe since Greinke's Cy Young, that, listen, wins and losses are a little overrated. But do you have a comp for schemes and what you think is actually, I don't even want to go as far back as Nolan Ryan in terms of wins and losses in terms of quality starts, but
yeah, like Felix Hernandez in there.
Skeen's historical relevance this early in his career for what he's doing means what?
I mean, I think that if he continues the way that he is going, like, he can be easily a first ballot Hall of Famer. Like you mentioned, the wins. I would be hard pressed to find a stat in sports that has fallen off a cliff more than the pitcher win in terms of value. The fact that he's
maybe plus minus in hockey. I don't know, but you're probably right.
The fact that he's 4-8 doesn't matter because he leads all of baseball with a 2.01 ERA. He now at this point in his career, he has 254 innings, so a little more than a season that say when 200 innings was the benchmark that every starting pitcher wanted to clear. So he's a little more than that, and he's a career ERA under 2. It is incredible what he's able to do every time he goes out there. He keeps the Pirates one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in baseball, in every game he pitches in, and he has really only been in MLB for a little more than a year. He's already 2 All-Star games. He started the All-Star game as a rookie. He never seems phased. He never seems to not be able to meet the moment. I think that's probably his Air Force background preparing him for that. But he just, like, every time he takes the mound, he seems to always you don't know if you're gonna he seems like he's a guy who can go 7 innings and get 12 strikeouts at restart. And I think the conversation around him being understandably how bad the Pirates are in their window and trading him, what his return would be, what have you, it takes away from just how dominant he can be. And honestly, it's sad that's the case because those are natural questions you can ask when he's on a team that has whatever their record is, 39-61, and is clearly going nowhere and seems to have no pathway to build for a successful future.
Let me get to the top of the AL East and the Blue Jays. The last handful of years, it's been they got a chance, and it always centered around a couple of things. And a lot of it was Bo Bichette, right? Mm-hmm. How was he going to be, and who was he? And now you're getting Bichette kind of blossoming. He's leading them in RBIs. You're having a resurgence from Springer. Fool's gold, smoke and mirrors still with the staff, or do you like the way that this team is constructed, even as right-hand heavy as they are?
I think that I like the way they're constructed, but it's clear they need 1 or 2 more pieces. Like, you're not going to have Tyler Heineman hit the big 3-run home run for them yesterday. And he's a guy, he's not playing a bunch, but he's hitting 341 when he came into the year. I think he had 1 career home run. George Springer's comeback has been incredible to watch. Kind of the same with Bichette. They really seem to unlock something in the lineup of having him hit first. But as someone who lives in Cleveland, covers the Guardians, follows the Guardians, it's going to be tough to win with Andres Gimenez as your starting second base because his bat he's insane defensively, but his bat is such a liability that relying on him is going to be tough. Ernie Clement, he's an awesome guy, great baseball player, has really been able to make something out of a career that didn't seem like it was going to be much. But again, I don't know how comfortable you would feel relying on him for that big at bat in October, September, coming down the stretch run. It's hard to believe that they signed Anthony Santander after his All-Star year, and he's given them legitimately nothing and has been he got hurt his shoulder and has been in the wilderness kind of ever since. They probably need one more bat. They have a good veteran starting rotation. Eric Lauer has come in and been a revelation for them in the back. It will be interesting to see what they do at closer since Jeff Hoffman hasn't been as good, but it's great. So they have a lot of different ways they can go. It's clear that they're going to be a lot better than people thought they were. They seem like a lock to make the postseason so long as they don't implode. But there is some smoke and mirrors there, like you said, but there's also some things where you could make an argument that what's happening is sustainable, and it'll be interesting to see kind of what the front office thinks based off the moves and transactions they make both ahead of and at the trade deadline.
Speaking of sustainability, let's stay in the AL East here for a second. Obviously, the Red Sox had that 10-game winning streak going into the All-Star break, then lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs right after. Is that, when you look at that 10-game winning streak, obviously that's sort of an outlier, but do you think they actually found something during that stretch where they've played quite a bit better? Is that a little bit of smoke and mirrors because the Rockies were in there? Like, what do you think about the Red Sox in the second half with kind of going all in on the youth movement?
Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. I think it is, they were a bit of a Rockies merchant across that winning streak, but they also, again, you can only play the people in front of you, and it's awesome to see Cedar Rafaela bloom into a guy who is one of the top producers among offensive players in terms of WAR. They did a lot of it without Alex Bregman. Trevor Story's back to finally being healthy. Him getting hurt last year was a huge thing for them that kind of their season never really got off the ground because of it. Carlos Narvaez has been good after they got him off the scrap heap. But they're in a position where even as they've won and got on this winning streak, you're still hearing rumors about them. Where's Jarren Duran going to go? They already dealt Severs. Who can be – it seems like they could be a team that moves between buyer and seller, which is a bit interesting because you think of stocks, you normally tend to think of them as this huge buyer, but the new ownership or the new front office regime hasn't really done that. They already traded one of the top hitters in baseball, and obviously the situation, there's more context than just the fact he was a good hitter, but they've done a lot to put themselves in the postseason picture, and I think they have just as much of an argument to go in as they do of standing pat or pulling back a little bit. But I think after that winning streak and after the way it seems like the city and team is rallied around them after trading Devers, I think it would be the wrong move to sell and kind of lose that goodwill and build on it. And you have a window. You have a chance. That doesn't happen every season. Last season proved that to them. And it comes down to striking when the iron's hot.
Let me ask you about the Cubs. I get it. It's probably not smoke and mirrors, but man, they don't ever go more than a game without really hitting the baseball, maybe 2. So I think that's going to hold up, even though they don't really suffer from slumps. But offensively versus needing probably another starter, even a reliever, how do you think the Cubs are built for the long haul?
This seems like the classic team that, they're tied for first in the NL Central. They have tied for the best record in baseball. But if they don't win that division, I would be scared about how things could go in a wild card series because anything can happen. We seem to see it every year. Last year with the Brewers and the Mets, the Diamondbacks the year before in the NL. They, like you said, they have an insane offense. Pete Armstrong, I thought that he was one of the most overhyped prospects. I didn't really see
remember when they was added in the trade, it was like the eye roll.
Yeah, and I tend to be a little hesitant of any big prospect from a New York team because their value is always a little more inflated because of a big market. But he has proved, he is as every bit of stud as everyone could say. Kyle Tucker's looked great since he got there. Seiya Suzuki has been incredible. But it's just one of those things where I don't really have as much empirical evidence as much as a feeling, but all it takes is 1 3-day slump for your season to end if you don't win your division.
Man,
Brewers in it. They're on their huge winning streak, and they've been there before. Under Pat Murphy, they made it to the postseason. They're in it every year. Whereas last year, the Cubs weren't as great under Craig Counsell. It's a lot of guys overachieving this year. You know, Carson Kelly has been a guy that has been, he was a Cardinals Diamondbacks. Now he's all of a sudden like looking like a great hitting catcher. Michael Bush has been good in the leadoff spot, but all it takes is one slump, and there isn't a huge hole on the roster where you say, oh, it's easy for them to add this at the trade deadline, but it would make sense to add at least a couple reinforcements just because you never know what can happen, and all it takes is one slump.
Do we understand what goes on or what has been going on with the Houston Astros and their pitching and their consistency? It's like, I mean, outside about this and Brown, it's like, okay, I'm trying to get to this staff and see what's going on. And then you watch them offensively, like they just don't go away. They've survived the moves. They've moved on past Hinch. Like, what is it about this organization?
It just seems to be a top-down mentality. Like you said, they moved on from they've moved on from different general managers, different managers. This year's roster looks, especially in the offensive side, a lot different from.
Yeah.
Jose Altuve left. You know, Brendan Rodgers was their big offseason signing. Christian Walker hasn't been good, but like you said, they just keep winning. Their Hunter Browns look great. Framber Valdez has been good. Jake Myers was a fourth outfielder at best coming into this year, and he's been great. Jeremy Payne just putting it together. But it just they seem like they have a mentality of, it's something we see a lot here in Cleveland with the Guardians, of just like this kind of scrappy mentality, the never going away, and just they know that their pitchers will keep them in every game, and that seems to be enough for the offense to have like a never say die attitude. And hitting can be infectious, and pitchers can get upset if you know, every 10 pitch at bat, every bloop single, pitchers, they're human on the mound. They're gonna be like, wow, I got robbed or whatever. And then all of a sudden it can snowball. And it just seems like whether that's going to be their offensive strategy all year, or they make a move at the deadline to get another bat, or like Christian Walker, Yordan Alvarez starts to wake up, that could change the way their offensive mentality is. But it just seems like they've embraced this kind of scrappy, almost underdog kind of approach, which you don't really think of the modern day Astros as that, but has led them to success so far this year.
Henry, let me get you out here on this. As the resident diehard Dodgers fan, more important to get more starts out of Glasnow and Snell eventually, or figure out what they want to do at third base?
I would go Glasnow and Snell. I covered them earlier.
You always take pitching, right?
Yeah, you always want to, and that's been the years they haven't won. That has been the thing that has hurt them, and they have acquired this incredible plethora of pitching talent, but it doesn't matter if they can't stay healthy. And whether that's doing what they've done and have like Ropoleski and Kasperius essentially serve as swingmen all year, or they add a starting pitcher somewhere and have him be a swingman. They're not playing for the regular season. They're playing for October. And the best way to have success in October is to get the pitching you need. Their offense will be fine. They can make moves on the margins, but you want guys like Glasnow and Snell healthy and ready for the postseason. That should be their number one priority.
That's Henry Palattella from MLB.com. Henry, appreciate you talking a little baseball with us. Hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Thanks, Henry.
Thanks. Well, I always appreciate it.
That's Henry Palattella from MLB.com. You know, he was talking about he said based out of Cleveland, talking about the Guardians. I was actually talking to my dad about baseball a little bit this weekend.
Oh, yeah? What was he thinking?
Well, you know, so obviously the Cleveland was in the news with the president wanting to change the name back. And so he's like, hey, the Indians are clamoring for the name to be changed back. So I asked my dad, I was like, hey, is anybody at the Temple talking about Cleveland baseball? Or he said, nah, hasn't come up.
Knock it off.
As far as the Indians I'm aware of are not clamoring.
Yeah.
They're not clamoring for Cleveland.
Yeah, I understand. We're not going to get stadium projects done now, or
I don't know. I don't have my finger on the pulse of the Washington community the way I do the Indian community.
We're back on that this morning. Normally you come across as guys kind of trying to distance yourself.
Never.
AJ, I just keep looking at you to see if you're going to be okay. I feel bad.
You gonna make it?
I'm like, yes, we had just a solid guest, a segment, no tomfoolery, no curveball. Well, we talk baseball.
I mean, there was
but
a
no
lot of curveballs, but you know,
it's like, is he gonna make it? I'm cheering for you, buddy.
We're pulling for you. Let's take a quick break here, and then we're gonna get.
Speaking of Cleveland,
Cleveland.com.
Right.
We're gonna get to the Big Ten media poll, see where Nebraska is picked, and we're gonna see where we think everybody's gonna finish. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla, Hurrdat Sports Live.
Joined now by the former Husker Keisei Tominaga. Keisei, why'd you want to make the decision to come back and play in the NBA Summer League?
You know, I always want to be in the summer league team, so it was one of my dreams to be, be in the summer league. So I'm very excited.
What did it mean to get another opportunity here in the Summer League after your first season?
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Be able to play this at this level. Competing against very high level. I would say. Yeah, it's very good experience for me. It's very fun. It's been very fun.
Okay, I want to take you back to your Nebraska days. How much do you miss being a Husker, and what comes to mind about that journey?
I miss being in Nebraska. Pray from a lot of fans. I definitely miss those times. But I think the Nebraska basketball is getting bigger. It's getting bigger too right now. So I'm very excited to next time I come back to the PBA. Yeah.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Is here in Omaha. Maya Brady of the Talons joining me now. What's it been like for the first half of the season getting AUSL all started?
It's been a really cool opportunity. I unfortunately am not playing, but to watch something I think so legendary and so revolutionary from the sidelines, I feel like is a completely different perspective than what I would probably have if I was playing. But just to see all the fans show out every week, to see different cities. I am from California, went to school in California, so seeing different parts of the country and how their fans show up is just been awesome. And then to just see such a variety of players that I played against in college or grew up watching, it's an amazing opportunity. So I think we're creating something that's long lasting and hopefully brings a lot of fun and joy to the fans. So it's been an awesome first half.
We will be back.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. That's DB. I'm Ravi. Lulla, reminding you, if you've got issues with your automobile, been in an accident or anything like that, Dingman's has you covered. Locally and family-owned and operated. Their roots run deep in Omaha. They live here, raise their families here, and take pride in serving the community that they're a part of every day. They've got 4 convenient locations across the Omaha metro area to help you get your vehicle repaired as easily as possible. And, of course, they've been voted first place Best of Omaha for 20 straight years for auto body repair. It's dingmans.com to learn more. Make sure you check them out. All right, DB, we're going to stay on schedule here. We got it.
All right, we got it.
Cleveland.com came out with their Big Ten media poll, as they do every year. And where do you think Nebraska landed? Did you look?
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Where do you think Nebraska landed?
Well, do you remember the whole point of the exercise, right?
Yeah, you wanted us to
compare to each other and to them. I don't want to know what they
Okay, so you don't want to see the Cleveland.com poll first.
Yeah, don't put it up yet.
Okay.
So but I think Cleveland, why is he laughing?
Because he was in the process of putting it up.
I literally just put it up as DB goes, don't put it up.
So I think the Cleveland.com poll put Nebraska 7th.
Okay, we'll reveal that. You want to know now? Or you want to
Are we doing them all at once or one at a time?
Well, let's do, everybody in some order, I'm assuming, has Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, top 3.
Yeah, I would go. I'm Penn State, Oregon. I'm Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon.
That's how I am as well.
Okay.
Austin, is that how you would put the top 3?
Yes.
Okay.
That exact order.
Austin, who's your number 4?
That's what Cleveland.com has as well, by the way.
All right.
Penn
We'll do
State,
them last.
Ohio State, Oregon.
We'll do them last.
Okay.
Yep.
Austin, who's your number 4?
Illinois.
Robbie?
Nebraska.
That's right.
You know this about me.
So we have 2 number 4s.
Who's your number 4?
Illinois.
Okay.
Who is your number 5, Austin?
Can I put ties? I can put ties.
There will be ties.
There will be ties. So
I think
there will be. Is that the sequel?
Yes.
Yes. This is Daniel Day Lulla.
I'm an oil man.
I have, because of tie and where it is, I put Washington.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Washington. I didn't see 5th coming.
I've got Illinois at 5.
I put Indiana.
Ooh, okay. I do think 5 through 9 especially are very, very close.
All right.
We're probably talking
that's
about like
weird. No Michigan's yet in the top 5. Who's 6?
I have Nebraska. Nebraska, Washington to me were right there.
I've got Michigan 6.
I have Michigan 6th as well. Okay. This would be interesting. Who's 7, AJ?
Iowa.
Ooh. Iowa ahead of SC.
I've got SC.
I have Nebraska.
Okay. All right. You guys are haters. That's fine.
So between the 3 of us, we have to have some sort of SC, Iowa. Well, you have Washington out of the way.
So Washington is the wild card there because I'm just going to.
I don't have Washington in my top 9.
I don't either.
I mean, I love Washington.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be curious to see who gets bumped for you.
Well, it's notable you 2 already have them on there.
Who's 8?
Michigan.
Iowa.
I went with SC.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So who's 9?
USC.
Indiana.
I have Iowa. So
who did you live out?
He left out Indiana.
I don't have Indiana.
Oh,
I have them
okay.
10.
Yeah, I've got them 9. So I mean, we're not crazy off there.
And I have them at 5.
So I think 5.
Hang on the Cleveland.com list.
Okay.
5 through 9 is incredibly close.
So
Yes.
none of ours are the same.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is about what I thought.
I think we only had one team even.
Michigan at 6.
And then you guys had Illinois at 5.
And
I think those are the only overlap.
5 for Illinois.
Or Illinois at 4. I had them at 4.
I had them 4 too.
Oh, yeah. So Illinois at 4, and then we had Michigan at 6. And that was it. That was the only overlap that we had on this.
All right, let's see what Cleveland.com did. Put that up there for me.
Oh, look at that with the helmets. Good job, Rico.
Wow, that is sweet.
Thankfully, all the helmets are the right way this time.
I heard that. That was hilarious. Huh. Penn State, Ohio. So Oregon has 2 first-place votes, and Michigan had 1.
Michigan receiving a first-place vote is
wild,
insane.
Absolutely crazy. I don't think anybody.
So with the Cleveland.com, they side with AJ and I, Illinois at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel lousy about that. But there seems to be a consensus. I feel terrible about putting Illinois at 4.
They're the team we know the most about, I think, in this group.
I texted Evan yesterday, too. I said, hey, your school's having a banner day on Big Dave on BTN.
Mm-hmm.
He was funny. He's like, yeah, we graduated past only having 2 rebroadcast sporting events. I was watching him put it on Ramil Robinson and Glenn Rice. Man, Glenn Rice was a bucket.
Glenn Rice is nasty.
Oh, God.
Glenn Rice is nasty.
But
Glenn Rice is a guy that might be better today than he was then.
Man, he was just talking crazy to him. And in battle was having none of it.
His skill set's more valued now than it was back then.
At Bardo, Battle, Gill, Liberty. Well, they were tough.
Was that 89?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Illinois, Michigan, 89.
89, Michigan, Illinois. Yeah.
Michigan at 5. I had them at 6.
I also had them at 6.
Indiana at 6. I had them at 5. So I don't feel crazy. Now, this threesome, this trio is interesting.
Iowa, Nebraska, USC.
Nobody agreed on the order, but they all agree that you obviously had Nebraska at 4.
Yeah.
Nobody can agree on the order of Iowa, Nebraska, USC. I went Nebraska, USC, Iowa. They went Iowa, Nebraska, USC, and you went Nebraska, Iowa, USC?
I had Nebraska, Iowa, Michigan, USC. I had USC.
No, I meant of those 3.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And I had Nebraska, USC, Iowa.
No, even we didn't put them in the same order.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can I ask, just for this sake of argument, which of that middle group, so 5 to 9 that we all agreed upon, has the biggest variability from where they could either rise or drop out?
I have one.
I have a couple. I have 2.
Me too. I'll give you give me first blush.
Nebraska.
Mine was USC.
I think Nebraska has. So it depends on how much variability. But I think Nebraska could win 10 games. That's what I predicted.
I think the floor for Nebraska in a poor year would be 6 wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7. So yeah, I mean 7 to 10. I think
6 and 6 would be a disaster.
I agree. I think 6 and 6 would be a disaster. I do think there's a huge. So I get that it's only 3 wins, but the difference between 7 wins and 10 wins is enormous. That's a huge variance in my mind.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The other is Indiana. I think there's a big variance with Indiana.
I don't so much, just because I think I know what I'm getting with Mendoza and Signetti.
I think that I know what I'm getting with Indiana as a program, and that's on one side of my hand. And then on the other side, I think I know what I'm getting with Cincinnati, which is the opposite other side, which is why I think there's a huge variance. As a program, I know what Indiana's been historically.
The team that I think has the most variance of those 3 that we were talking about, because that was your question, or just of the 5 through 9?
Just the 5 through 9.
Man, I went with SC1. Iowa's 2, though. I think Iowa has a ton of variance.
I'm surprised neither of you said Michigan.
I would say I think Michigan has a ton of variance.
I think Michigan has. I think Michigan has the highest chance of either going like 9-4 or.
I don't think they're going to lose more than 6, and I don't think they're going to win more than 9. It's only a 3-game swing for me. I mean, does anybody have to see them as a 10-win team?
I mean, if Bryce Underwood's really, really good.
I mean, but do you think that?
No.
Not that they can't be. Do you think that?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Do you think that they would?
That's why I didn't put them in
win less than 6 games.
I do think there's a scenario where the wheels fall off.
I
do not.
I think that there's a very good chance that they could completely have it fall apart.
I don't think very good chance, but like I can see if Underwood's not ready, if the Sharon Moore
you don't
thing,
even have to extrapolate. If they don't beat Oklahoma and they lose to Nebraska, it can go bad in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think if Underwood's not good, if the Sharon Moore
and I'm just telling you, Oklahoma defensively was going to be a handful.
Yeah, they're going to be a problem.
That front 4 is as good as almost anybody in all of college football.
And I just don't like. I think we're brushing over the Sharon Moore suspension thing. Like that's a really weird thing to have happen in the middle of the season.
I'm not defending myself, but I'll say, do you know why? Because of how they treated it.
Yeah.
He gets to pick and choose. I mean, they pick and choose.
I almost think
so.
worse,
Why should we take it seriously?
I almost think it's worse though.
But does that?
No, I get it.
Okay.
They've downplayed it pretty significantly, and he's like, "Oh, you can do these games, so it's not whatever." But to have your coach, like, let's say you win your first couple games of the season against whoever state, and then let's say you lose to Oklahoma, and he's there, and you're 2-1, and then you got a 3-game stretch. I mean, you just talked about it. You lose to Oklahoma, Nebraska back to back. All of a sudden, this thing gets weird in a hurry, and then you've got, I think Illinois is in that stretch as well. Who, if Illinois is who all of us apparently think they are,
well, except you.
I mean, I put them at 5. I think they're 9-3,
which is weird because that's not what you had them. You had them 8th the first time around when we did the quarterbacks.
I think they're about the same they were last year, which I think is 8 or 9 wins. But I do think the difference between,
but you had them 8th in the.
I think the difference between 5 and 9 could be 8 or 9 wins.
Yeah, I could see
like 8 wins could put you in 9th.
This would be a heck of a. Well, look at the standings from a year ago, AJ. You want to talk about why I'm chalking that there is going to be a tiebreaker scenario? Look at last year's standings in the Big Ten. Yeah. And I think it's even more convoluted or crowded this year than it was last year.
Yeah, so 2nd and 3rd are both 8-1. 4th place is 7-2. 5th and 6th is 6-3. 7th and 8th is 5-4. Yeah. And then you've got 3 teams.
You had multiple ties.
But let's just even pretend, for the sake of argument, let's say the Nebraska games flip with Iowa and Illinois, which was absolutely on
Nebraska
the table.
Wins those?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Nebraska's 5-4, Illinois is 5-4, Iowa's 5-4, Michigan's 5-4, Minnesota's 5-4.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I say, like, the difference between 5 and 9 could be one game. Right. So if I have Illinois at 8 or 9 wins, they could be 5, they could be 9, and I don't think that's crazy. Like, I think that's very. Like, the difference between 5 and 9, I think, is going to be a game in the standings.
And I was tempted to put Washington at 9 as opposed to Iowa.
Got them at 10.
But I don't feel comfortable
leaving Iowa out.
I don't.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's why I put them where I did. It's more just trusting Iowa more than anything. Put them at 8.
Man. So just no love for Minnesota, huh?
Yeah, I was just about to ask, was it hard not to put Minnesota in your top 10 for the conference?
Yes.
I agree.
I think the cutoff's at 11.
It does.
I think the cutoff's at 11.
Even like right now,
yeah,
it doesn't sit well because I think Minnesota is got a chance to be pretty good.
I mean, looking at the preseason poll, I think
this monitor is sweet.
I know. I like having the monitor here. I think the cutoff's 11, not 9.
For Minnesota?
For the middle class of the Big Ten.
I would agree.
I think it's at 11, not 9. And I think UCLA is probably knocking on 11. Like, they're knocking on that door.
I certainly think Rutgers is better than 14. But I feel like I say that every year.
I also think that 7 and 5 could put you in 14th. You know what I mean?
You could convince me.
You know, so like that's the hard part is like off the bat, it feels like, ooh, Rutgers, I think, is okay. I think they're a bowl team, all this.
Are you saying 7-5 overall?
Yes. Yeah,
so last season, there were 5 teams that finished either 8-5 or 7-6 at the complete end of season bowl game and all.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Rutgers, and USC. If you throw Washington, they were 6-7, and then Nebraska 7-6. That makes 7 teams that finished at 7-5. And then, of course, Nebraska was in the 13th spot.
So am I the only one that could see SC winning 10 games?
No, I think they're a pretty high variance team.
I think they're the highest. Now talking through it, you could maybe convince me it was Michigan of the teams that are 9 and above.
I don't think the wheels are going to fall off for USC.
I don't see it happening in Michigan.
I can see it happening more with Michigan than I can with USC. But maybe I'm putting too much on the Sharon Moore thing. I think that's a super weird situation. We don't actually know if he's a good head coach or not. We don't yet. Right? Like, we don't have any idea.
Do you like Michigan or USC head to head?
Today?
Yes.
SC.
They'll play October 11th.
The
so we can figure that out.
only
Where is
pause,
that game again?
That is in LA.
The only pause that I have, just like if I'm going neutral field, those two teams today, is stylistically. I've seen Michigan beat teams they're worse than because they're able to impose their style of game. If I'm taking, I think USC is more talented. I think they're more likely to reach their ceiling than Michigan is this year, USC, but I don't know about a head-to-head matchup because of the stylistic issues. I don't know if USC is physical enough this year compared to last year to deal with a Michigan, but I think USC has a really good.
So you're giving Michigan the benefit of the doubt that they'll just be who they have been up front.
Yes.
Well, they lost a ton defensively.
They did,
but they were deep,
and that's kind of the culture of their program, is to smack you in the face.
What do you? I bet these aren't the same. What do you think's getting the most benefit of the doubt due to their reputation in this poll?
Oh, I think it's obvious. I think there's one very obvious.
Don't say it yet. Do you?
I think there's one that I definitely feel.
All right, you ready? We're going to count it down.
I feel like mine's a hot take, though.
We're going to count it down. Right? On the count of, I'll go backwards from 3. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Ohio,
Oregon.
Indiana. Oh, whoa.
We did 3 different teams.
Okay, so if I had to pick the order, so I said Oregon.
Yeah.
You said Ohio State.
Yeah.
Austin, you said Indiana.
Indiana.
If I had to rank those, I don't disagree with any of those.
I think Signetti's getting the benefit of the doubt more than Indiana, but yes, I get that for sure.
And you don't love how much Ohio State had to replace.
They lost a ton. I get they're talented, but they lost a ton of guys.
And they have to replace their quarterback.
And their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator.
Is Ohio State just getting the almost like Alabama treatment?
You guys
at this point,
think?
though?
So you don't think Oregon's getting the benefit of the doubt?
I think they do. I think they are.
You can convince me in an argument,
Put Oregon at.
Yeah.
They're talented though.
So I think the talent gap. So I think what you're seeing here with the votes is why they're at 2, and there's a gap of 8 votes between them and the second place. I think they're acknowledging what you're saying with putting them at 3rd, but I think the talent gap is viewed between Oregon and Illinois or whoever else you want to put it 4th is big enough that they're like, yeah, I think the talent difference is enough. Now, that is a way of giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, for sure.
Oh, we couldn't have a show together. I don't even know how we're doing this. We don't agree on anything.
I got bad news for you, DB. We do have a show together.
But you know, the funny thing is, I could see, I'm totally giving Indiana the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
I put Indiana at 5.
That's why I keep saying, like, okay.
So, but I didn't say them because Oregon is higher.
Yeah.
With, I think, more questions.
But better talent.
That's what everybody tells me.
You don't think Oregon's more talented than Indiana?
Yeah, but
So what about same question from what we did 5 through 9? 1 through 4, which team has the most variability?
Illinois.
You think?
Yeah.
Let's do 1 through 3 because 4. None of us agreed on 4.
Okay.
I mean, you
1
guys
through 3.
did.
Yeah, 1 through
1 through 3. Who has the most variability? Because I do think that's Oregon. Because I have a hard time envisioning Ohio State not winning 10 games this year.
Man,
I can see Ohio State and Penn State in a national semifinal. I think Oregon in a best year this year.
So am I the dumb one because I think it's Ohio State?
I don't think there's a ton of variability because I kind of trust.
What if they don't get good quarterback play?
You're right. I mean, you're right. I could say the same thing about Oregon though. It's Dante Moore. I know AJ loves Dante Moore, but
but based decent. I'll entertain it.
Okay.
Let me give you my pushback. Based on Ohio State, how Ohio State's built, the next 2 best offensive players are Tate and Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, you need better quarterback play.
You need quarterback play.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, you're right.
Their top 2 players are Smith and Downs. I didn't say anybody on the O-line. I didn't say anybody on the D-line, even though I do think the D-line will be pretty good.
Yeah, I do too.
So they may be more quarterback dependent.
I could see that.
Than what Oregon needs to succeed because of Oregon up front and their ground game, which is
totally
legit.
Fair. Totally fair.
So that's why I said Ohio State.
I think the talent level of Ohio State gets me to 10 wins pretty much no matter what. Yeah.
That used to make you mad in February.
I mean, I still don't love it, but I think it's true. I don't think, and listen, there's a world in which none of the young guys pan out on the lines the way we need them to, and that hasn't really happened to Ohio State. Not to the point where like they get to 8 wins or like it just hasn't happened. So I don't know what to do with it. I do think we're giving, like I'm literally doing the thing I said that people were doing right now. I'm giving them the most benefit of the doubt.
I think they have the most variance.
So Rico brings in some more context. He dove deeper into the preseason poll.
Well, how is Rico doing this, holding and burping babies?
No, he's got many skills.
Rico must be uber talented.
Illinois finished 4th in voting. The Wolverines finished 5th. Both only received 1 vote higher than 4th place. So Michigan being their first place vote, and then Illinois receiving 1 vote higher than 4th. UCLA and Washington had the widest range of votes. The Bruins received votes from 9th to 17th, and the Huskies earned votes from 6th to 14th.
Yeah. So if you ask me overall who I think has the most
variance,
it's Washington for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
It would not surprise me if Washington was anywhere from 4th or 5th to 12th.
I was gonna say 6th. I don't think I can put him higher than 6th. But if Damon Williams is good, like if he's who you like him to be and who you think
and
he
they
can
can run the ball.
Yeah. And I mean, and Jed Fish is really good at what he does. I mean, that's a dude.
Who is it for you, Austin? So that would make sense with Washington. I agree because they had anywhere from, what do you say, 6 to what?
6 to 17th.
Oh,
sorry. For Washington, 6th to 14th.
I was gonna say, there's no way they're 17th.
But that's still a lot.
No, it's big. But I was like, you're not putting them below Northwestern.
Anybody else? Ask Suave. Does anybody else have a variance of 8 spots?
UCLA, which I actually agree with. 9th to 17th.
That's interesting. I don't think there's.
No, I don't think they're 17th bad.
No,
but I agree with that though.
I do think there's a lot of variance with UCLA. There's no way they're 17th bad. There's no way they're worse than Purdue or Northwestern. I'm not buying that. I will take 9 to 16.
Okay, let me ask you something.
And you could talk me into like 8 for UCLA. So like the variance would be the same. I just think it's a little higher.
QB Ace is curious about Michigan State.
I don't think I like their overall talent enough to put them on the
I love Jonathan Smith, and if Tillis is good,
that helps a lot.
I mean,
I don't think I like their overall talent enough to get them above. I mean, they're going to be. I don't think I can get them above like 9 or 10. I don't think I like their overall talent enough, and I think 14 is probably their floor. So it's probably 4 to 5 spots.
Did you hear me? Was it on Sports Nightly? You know what my dumb butt said was must win, and the first handful of games for Nebraska outside of Cincinnati.
What's that?
Michigan State.
Yes.
Yeah.
We broke down last week the
stretch,
schedules.
the Minnesota. Who's out? Minnesota, Maryland, Michigan State stretch.
I think Michigan State is must win, coming off of whatever happens in the Michigan game.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be, and I'm not even a schedules guy. Maybe I was talking to I think it was on Sports Nightly.
So you can not be a schedules guy and still acknowledge, like, hey, there's places where this
like you
sort
just
of sets up.
You kind of have to
Like
get that
bring it
one
a
done.
couple weeks in a row.
Yeah.
You know,
because I think somebody asked me, well, how's Nebraska only going to get to 6? And I still think they have the same 4 swing games, and you go 1 and 3.
Yeah.
It's you can get there. It's ugly.
Mm-hmm. It's real ugly.
Yeah, but if they go 3 and 1 in swing, then you're talking 9-10 range,
which is what I'm talking about,
right? Because if in some world you see them beating Michigan State, Iowa, and Minnesota,
which I do,
that's like, is that a stretch?
I don't think so. Not in a vacuum.
Okay.
Like if you take each game individually.
I like the content. I like how you said that, in a vacuum, because historically they don't beat Minnesota and Iowa in the same season.
Yeah, they don't beat Minnesota and Iowa. Yeah, they've struggled with those teams But in a vacuum, I don't think it's a
Each
stretch.
individual game, do you have to rack your brains to see Nebraska win those games?
Absolutely not.
So if they win those 3,
not crazy.
Then you're talking about
what I'm talking about.
What you're talking about.
10-2, 9-3, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So
what you are talking about, 4th or 5th in the league at that point.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one thinks Iowa has a wide variance. Is it just because you just pegged them for
8 or 9 and that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think
with good quarterback play, check out that skit. I could see a world in which Iowa gets to 10.
I mean, I'm never going to count it out because it's never the years that we think it's going to be, right? It's never the years where like, oh, I was kind of set up for this. They're going to get to 10 wins, and that's the year they have 7. And then we sleep on them one year.
First blush right now, who are you taking, Iowa and Iowa State?
I like Iowa State a lot. I'm a big Rocco Beck guy, so I'm taking Iowa State. And
AJ?
It sort of seems like Matt
I'd
Campbell's
take
figured him out recently.
Take State.
He's won 2 out of the last 3.
Those first 4 conference games for Iowa do set them up, interestingly, because it's at Rutgers, home against Indiana, at Wisconsin, and then Penn State at home, which they're notorious. That's their season right there.
Boy,
they're notorious for that
there's
Penn
a
State.
couple of tricky ones, though.
Yep.
Where's Indiana again?
Iowa in that stretch?
It's the end of September in Iowa City. I think that one, if you look at where the preseason poll is right now, obviously 6 and 7 right there, but I think that one determines a lot. If you look
I
at
didn't
it.
realize that game was so early.
So the stretch you're talking about is at Rutgers versus Indiana, at Wisconsin versus Penn State?
I think you'll know a lot about Iowa in that 4-game stretch.
You know what's funny?
What if I kick out?
I kind of don't sleep, man. They got to go to Piscataway.
No, but
I kind of like that, AJ.
But here, listen. This is even so. This stretch is actually really tricky for Iowa because it's more than just starting at Rutgers and ending at Penn State. Because then you go Minnesota at home, and then you go Oregon at home, and then you've got at USC. Like, this is kind of a tricky schedule for them to navigate. Then you get Michigan State at home, depending on...
I mean, they're good at Kinnick.
Yeah.
We do know that.
But 2 of those games at Kinnick you've got Oregon and Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of...
we know, like, that was the
kills
Barkley jump game, but we know Iowa will play Penn State tough in Iowa City.
Would you be shocked if Iowa splits
Is that what
home
Josie Jewell
games?
showed out? Or
Yes.
was that camp? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you be shocked if Iowa splits Penn State and Oregon both at home?
I would be shocked, yeah. I don't think they're winning both those games. Or I don't think they're winning one of those games. I think that's 0-2 for them.
I agree. It should be 0-2, but I wouldn't be shocked if they get one of them.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by shocked.
Shock means shock, man. Don't read into it.
So the game goes final, and you're like, hands are over your head. You're like, I can't believe that happened.
I would not be shocked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if Penn State lost at Iowa City.
I'd agree with that.
How do you not like Penn State?
It's not that I don't like Penn State. I just said that I think Iowa's going 0-2 there, but stylistically, I think Iowa matches up better with Penn State.
Well, this is going to be a heck of a season.
I'm just saying it's like 7-game stretch at Rutgers.
Yeah, but I think you're not downplaying Iowa City. You're looking at the opponent.
Yes, I am.
Okay, because they're really good at home.
I get that, but Oregon and Penn State are 2 of the top 3 teams in the league according to the preseason poll. So I think they beat Indiana at home. Now, who's downplaying Kinnick now?
I'm just a matter of factness. I think that game is interesting. I'll be curious to see what that line is.
I mean, if we think Iowa and Indiana are in the same neighborhood and
they are,
and Kinnick is as hard to play, then that's a win for Iowa. Like, that needs to be a win for Iowa, right? Like, that's the only thing I'm doing here.
It's a game they've got to win.
Yeah. So then you've got at Wisconsin. That's going to be tough. Like, isn't it? Camp Randall's not a super fun place to play.
No, and their schedule is so bad.
And Fickle's coaching for his life. So I don't know what that looks like by mid-October. If Fickle's, I assume Fickle's still the coach at that point. I don't think it'll fall off that early. But then Penn State home. I think they beat Minnesota at home. Teams that are about the same, man. You give it to the Kinnick nod there. But Oregon at home is probably a loss. Then at USC, I think at USC is probably a loss. That's a tough place to go. Like, that's a tough road trip. I mean, it's not necessarily as tough to play as some of these other places. That's a tough road trip, though.
Yeah, the Iowa or the Washington thing, and I'm not usually an AJ guy during the show, but I'm kind of nodding a couple of times through this segment.
You had Washington at 5, is that right, Austin?
Yes, yeah. and then Nebraska 6. But I had them as tied, but yeah.
Seems high for Washington.
Five seems high.
It does. Kinda. But not by a ton.
And again, so I'm picking nits here, right? Because if I think there's a 1-game separation between 5 and 9, then for me to say well, I think their ceiling is 6, then what am I really saying here, right? Like, so to Austin's point, if he's got Nebraska and Washington tied for kind of that 5th spot and it goes on a tiebreaker, then essentially they have the same record.
I think in Washington's, the reason why is the first 6 conference games for Washington, I think there's one almost for sure loss. The rest I think are pushes because of either who they have at home and who they're playing, or basically just where they're who they're competing against. Because I'm not high in Michigan. I think they can go into Michigan and win. I think the Ohio State conference opener is a loss. They should be able to beat Maryland no matter where. They can beat Rutgers at home. They can beat Illinois at home, and they can beat Wisconsin on the road.
Wisconsin on the road is going to be tough. Now,
but by that point on November 8th, Wisconsin at Camp Randall.
So we have no idea what Wisconsin season looks like at that point.
Yeah,
that's the tricky part.
Well, if you look at their schedule, you should get a fairly decent handle on it early.
Yes. Right. But by November, sitting here today on November 8th, we have no idea what Wisconsin is.
No.
But
we just know that they got a tough schedule.
Illinois at home, I think, is harder than maybe Illinois at going to Washington. I think a little harder than we're giving it credit for. I think going at Ann Arbor is probably a little harder than we're giving it credit for. So I don't know what to do. Washington's got a lot of coin flip games on their schedule. They could go either way, and it depends on how good Damon Williams is.
Don't disagree that they're coin flip.
I
just lean the Washington.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I get it.
Who are you looking forward to? Who is there anything you want me to grab tomorrow at Media Days?
Ooh,
I think Illinois will be interesting.
Yeah, I think Bielema's gonna have a lot to say. I would like you to ask.
You think is his wife coming for old time's sake?
I would like maybe living out there in that Vegas life.
Sorry, matter.
You know, it's good times out there. I would like you to ask Bielema about the SEC posturing.
You guys, do you want me to rewind to 2018 meltdowns? Austin, from the get-go,
he was still just a pup in 2018.
I said, listen, you better get some uniformity. you better understand what the criteria is to come to the dinner party.
Those meltdowns were...
Stop letting anybody in the party without any dress codes. And you don't like college sports. I just want more football, more teams. Then I heard this argument that in 5 years, the more teams you add in, the more balance that there'll be in college football. And I was like, oh, really? I can't wait to see how this unfolds. And here we are back to schedule talk.
Schedule talk all the time. We love schedule talk.
7 years later. How you feel about that?
I feel like you should ask our guy Bert how he feels about the SEC posturing.
I'm kind of rocking with Bert's pastel hat, though. I like that.
I think that's I don't think that's Bert.
Oh, talking about Bielema?
I think that's Brock.
Oh. Bert, Brock, one of those bees.
Like gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives it?
I'm definitely not calling Bielema Bert. I know that.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, is that cool?
DB will be at Big Ten Media Days
with Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, Nebraska, Ohio State, and Rutgers.
There you go.
My guy's not on until 2:30 Pacific time.
Rule?
Yeah.
Give you a little time to chat with him.
Now we'll see.
No? You don't want to talk to him?
Yeah.
You don't want to talk to that guy?
I'll shoot the breeze.
I feel like you should ask Ryan Day about replacing both coordinators and a quarterback in the same offense.
Yeah, I'm a big body language guy.
Yeah.
And so far, I've kind of nailed it. I talked about Ferentz's body language a couple years ago. I kind of felt like they were
Signetti last year.
Signetti last year.
Yeah.
Harbaugh when they won a national championship. Remember, I was like, this guy was kind of in the hallway like he swallowed a canary.
Like he knew something everybody else
Remember
didn't.
how he was like the gamesmanship with the suspensions?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he either really, really loves his team or his self-awareness is zero. You're like, boo, bro, boo.
I mean, he doesn't strike me as like super self-aware. He's a weird guy.
You know, so it's like I'm kind of excited, and I'm there for minimal time.
So DB will be in Vegas tomorrow, and then he'll join us on Wednesday as they get back here to Omaha, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming here on
for the remainder.
Hurrdat Sports Live. That's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Thanks to Shane and Austin for producing. We'll be back tomorrow.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.